hello, what's up this... Uh-oh, do I have the audio going? I do. There might be an echo. Hello, what's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Dingus Knight, Psycho Magi, Exxon Valdez, Ridiculous, Darth Valerish, Wolf, Ice Cream Lesbian, Shilroy Wolf, Kingo Sharks, Nia Chuck. How is everyone doing today? Welcome. Oh, is the chat lagging already? I don't know why Twitch gets so weird with this. What's up, Darflex? How are you? Good to see ya. Oh, so today, this is spoilers right here. What's up, Lazarus? How are you? Green on Greens. Welcome. So we got spoilers here. We're playing some elementals today. We are elementaling with Ephemerate, blinking, evoking, shenanigizing. Also, maybe some glimpse again, a different take on glimpse. But we're starting with 5-color elementals. But the big news of the day, oh my god, Bear Snake! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups here for you. Thank you. And the gift sub. Ooh, anonymous gift sub to Benicero. Welcome you as well. Big soups here for you. How's everyone doing? So, it's spoiler season. It's back. If there's one thing we've learned, there's always more spoilers. There are always more spoilers. They just keep coming. And it's start of Forgotten Realms spoilers. And we got some stuff already. Like, it's day one, and they're already dumping mythics by the millions. There's rares. There's creature lands. I have to say, this set's a little bit tricky to judge because we're coming off Modern Horizons 2. And Modern Horizons 2 had a lot of really powerful, not legal and standard cards. So then you go to legal and standard cards, and there's a little power level differential there. MKS, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup here for you. I will get right on World Hunger. That's next on my list. Stream, solve World Hunger, and then I don't know, play some Magic maybe. So today, the set is looking really sweet. I don't know, there's been some misses. I'm not a huge D&D person. Now, correct me, I'm sure some of you play D&D. Apparently, Terraskew is supposed to be like a world-destroying monster, right? Like, this thing's unstoppable. It can destroy the whole world. That's its entire purpose. But it dies to a Moss Viper? It loses to a 1/1 death touch? I feel like that has to be a big favorite flag. Like that's just like ridiculous. On the other hand, this set has sweet cards. We got the Book of Vile Darkness, a new Cauldron setup that was just previewed. I don't know how good it's gonna be. We haven't seen the other pieces, but if you can exile all of them, you get to snag an 8/8 indestructible zombie god. This set looks really spicy. We got the best Watch Wolf of all time, all grown up. We get all these ability words running around. We have 2-mana mana rocks, but only for dragons. The set looks pretty good to me so far. Spoiler video is up on the YouTube, so it loses to 10 squirrels. Well, actually, it loses to 11 squirrels, I think, because it gets to fight one of them. Well, I guess if you fight it, it takes the damage. All right, 10 squirrels. I will accept it. So, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Spoilers are up on the YouTube. We will talk about them as we go along. Our favorite cards. Oh, my goodness. There's just always something new to talk about. But let's start doing some Magic. We are moderning today. Did you just make the ultimate mispronunciation of Terraskew? Terraskew. Really? What is the ultimate pronunciation? Tear askew. That one seems pretty straightforward to me. Like Tarra, Terra, skew. Terraskew. Is that actually not it? Am I really that far off? Anyway, let's do our reminders and talk about this deck, and we can talk about everything else as we go. Like Tear Ask. Wait. Let me look at these letters. Let me look at these letters again. Tear Ask. Tear skew. Where are you getting the ask out of here? So you're putting the Q with the S? Tear, tar, a skew. I think that's what those letters say. I think y'all D&D players are wrong. I think that might be a D&D problem, not a me problem. Anyway, reminders. Replay YouTube. I mean, it's from French. It's from D&D. Is there even France in the multiverse? I'm not sure if there is. Replay YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams, including this one, in the future. Normal YouTube. Spoiler videos. Shorts. Tomorrow we're against the oddsing with Avon Modder. There's a ton of stuff on the YouTube. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And you know what? Maybe you need a Terrasque of your own. They got you covered. You can pre-order it. Go over to cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish, type in Terrasque, and you'll find our new 9-drop mythic along with everything else. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playbets, get away to support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your Terrasque Red on Scream. Variant. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. So anyway, what are we playing today? We are elementaling to begin with as we talk about Terrasque and other spoilers. I still don't think I'm saying this wrong. Terrasque. I still don't get it. Skew. S-Q-U-E. Skew. Tara. Maybe tar? Is that the problem? I'm using the long A sound. It should be a softer A. D. Carmona. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. We'll go with Terry. Terry's good. But I think that is one of the most disappointing cards of the flavor wise and actually gameplay wise. Like the card's just bad. It's bad. What is look at this. Look at Craigplate Baloth. A random janky non-iconic card. If you kick it, it's 10 mana, 10/10, hexproof, haste, can't be countered. Terrasque is basically the same. I guess it's one less mana, but it can be countered. It doesn't truly have hexproof. It can't be reanimated. Sure, I guess you get to fight something. Is that better than not getting countered? Maybe, depending on the matchup. But I think that's a pretty disappointing mythic and a pretty disappointing flavor card. But we'll talk about more spoilers as we go along. And if you notice new sweet spoilers that come up as we're streaming, let me know and we'll look at them. So what are we playing today? We are starting with Evoke Elemental. So this deck, I'm actually really excited for. Some of the most powerful cards from Modern Horizons 2 are the Evoke Elementals. Fury, Solitude, Subtlety. These cards are really, really good. The problem is they are card disadvantage. If you evoke them, you have to 2-for-1 yourself. You gotta exile a card, so it's painful to pay them for free. However, we have a solution to that. The solution is Risen Reef. Risen Reef draws us a card when the Elemental comes into play. So if we have a Risen Reef out, we can 2-for-1 ourselves like crazy, because it's not really a 2-for-1, because we're gonna trigger Risen Reef when our Evoke Elemental comes into play and draws a card, and that's essentially the plan of the deck. We are Risen Reefing, drawing a ton of cards. We can Ephemerate. We don't have Grief. Grief is the one that we don't have out of the entire cycle. We got all the other ones in our deck, but still being able to, like, Fury, blink it, Fury, wrath your board. Solitude, blink it, double swords to plowshares, get your graveyard twice, I guess, whatever. Seems very powerful. We can also blink our Risen Reef, and then we also have Titania, which we haven't got to play yet. Titania, Protector of Argoth, can get back our fetch lands, and it's kind of a cute synergy. Titania, when a land goes to the graveyard, makes a 5/3 elemental. That elemental triggers Risen Reef, which could potentially put a land into play. It doesn't really go infinite or anything, but it does build up lands that we can make more elementals to get more lands, and that's the plan of the deck. It's like elemental value, draw as many cards as you possibly can, Panharmonicon with no Panharmonicon. The sideboard, it's elementals, subtleties, furies, the rest of the endurances, a bunch of foundation breakers, Fulminator Mage, all creatures, all elementals. Kahira, kind of a free roll, is our companion. So that's what we're doing. We're elemental-ing. No Panharmonicon. You could Panharmonicon. The problem is Panharmonicon is not in a great place in Modern right now for a couple of reasons, but Modern has just gotten so incredibly fast that it's very difficult to actually take a turn off in a World of Death Shadows, in Dragon Rage Channelers, in Ragavads. We could throw it in just like for fun, but yeah, Panharmonicon is Oh, it makes me so sad because it's such a sweet card. Thank you for the cheer, MKS. But yeah, it makes me so sad because I really want Panharmonicon to be good, but it's just not quite there. It's also still ridiculously hot. Magic Legends just died. Oh, oh, Wizards. Magic Legends. It is with heavy hearts that we announce Magic Legends will be shutting down October 21st. All the players who spent money in the game will be refunded their purchase amounts. Servers will remain open until closing day. However, so that has to be considered a disaster, right? Like, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Didn't they just launch Magic Legends like a few weeks ago? Magic Legends release date. Magic Legends March 23rd. March 23rd. April, May, June, July, August. It lasted 6 months. Magic Legends is a Magic adjacent. A Magic adjacent game. Was it MMO? Is it a MM? I don't know. They're putting out so many. It's an action role playing Magic character game that got some pretty bad reviews. The new D&D game. I was wondering. I don't know. Have any of you tried the new D&D game? I can't even think of the name of it right now. The new D&D game that just released. They just released the new D&D game. Fix the camera. Uh-oh. What's the matter with the camera? This is the new camera. Is there what is the problemo? Does it not look good? Oh, I see that little tiny black spot. Let's join our match. All right, hang on. Let me see. I might be able to fix that. The new D&D game. I heard a lot of people talking about it on my social media, and they were saying it's really bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. So, but I didn't know. Like, you never know with Twitter. Twitter's a pretty negative place. Twitter's a pretty negative place. So, and Magic players like to complain. So I thought maybe we were just kind of like unnecessarily freaking out. So I watched an actual game review from like a big game reviewing channel. And I know game reviewers are not the be all and end all either. But the review was like, the worst game of the year. It showed a bunch of clips of the game and like trying to play through the game. And it looked pretty rough. So I gotta say, Wizards' track record of making Magic IP games that are not Magic or hiring other people to do it has not been good yet. Ooh, that's a sweet loan. No, Tron. Well, that's Flooded Strand. I don't know what we do about Tron. I guess we got Fulminators for days in the sideboard. They couldn't even salvage it. Sounds like shared or VC lawsuit in the future. Yeah, it's kind of amazing that they are shutting down the game so quickly. Like, that's not a lot of time. That's what, 6 months? 6 months. Opponent. Oh, Urza Saga. You think subtlety is a scam in this list? You don't think it's very good? Well, I guess we'll find out. We can always cut it in the future. Too many channel points, so just highlighting this random message. Well, thank you, Icy Doc. We got some good ideas from our last chat about things that we could potentially do with channel points. So I think something will be coming. All right, go, Voice of Resurgence. I'm sure Tron cannot beat a grizzly bear. Go. March 6th wasn't months ago. Well, March, April, May, June. Isn't that like 3 months ago? That seems like 3 months ago. Need a posture check or a hydrate check? It's so hot again today. If you see me sweating, it's because it's still ridiculously hot and humid. It's supposed to be better tomorrow, finally. Doldy, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tube for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, maybe it's a Titan deck. Either way, I don't feel super good about where we're at. I don't think. Well, I guess maybe the Titan deck plays Expedition map just for value, essentially. Like, you can get your Urza Saga. Yeah. Well, keep getting mana, play a Risen Reef, hope our opponent doesn't interact with it. We trigger. Look at the card. Alright. Well, pass the turn. Actually, hit you for 2, then pass the turn. Magic Legends is being shut down shortly. Opponent makes a construct. Would you like to block? Wow. Okay. All right, we're fine with this. So it dies, we get another Risen Reef trigger. Oh, that actually worked out way better than I expected. Elemental, Harbinger, sure. We could use a land past the turn. Ooh, the value is coming. At least they're refunding everyone. Trying to watch the Waste Not video, then you started streaming the awesome Ephemerate deck. Well, the replay will be there. That's a good thing about the replay. It's always there. Well, no, it'll be about 6 months by the time that they shut it down. If they're shutting it down in October and they launched it in March, wouldn't that would be about 6 months that the game was alive? That's what I was trying to say. Maybe I said it in a confusing way. And it might be like 7 months, but somewhere around like 6 months from launch until the game. I don't play a lot of games like that. I assume that's really short though, right? 7 months is... Do they make games with the expectation being that people are only going to play them for 7 months? To me, that seems like incredibly short. Opponent. Azusa. Alright, so it is a Titan deck. Slayer Stronghold. Valakut. Oh, I don't really want to kill this. I guess we just gotta let it go. Untaps. Alright. Alright. Sure. Cracks the map. Gets a Semi-Growth Chamber. Plays it. We might be able to do something kind of cool next turn. Opponent picks it up. Abundant Harvest. Digging. Gets... Oh, that's a Dryad. Okay. Well, we got to answer the Dryad. Finding a white card would actually be kind of helpful. Oh, this is going to be an interesting turn. All right, so we untap. We draw Voice of Resurgence. So that's a white card. All right. Can we do everything? Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Green, blue, red. Risen Reef. Double triggers. Find a land, please. That's not a land. Find a land, please. Okay, well, that's actually not bad. Oh, this is wild. This is wild. So... we will Fury, pitch a Flamekin Harbinger, double trigger Risen Reef, get rid of Azusa. We really do need to hit a land, though, Flamekin Harbinger. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no! Why are there no lands anywhere in our deck? Oh, we really wanted this Ephemerate. That was a cool turn, but we didn't have any lands. I mean, I guess we can evoke the Endurance. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but pitch Titania. Evoke Endurance. Get a couple of Risen. We gotta hit a land. We got to. Should we shuffle our lands back into our deck? Yeah, whatever. Shuffle your stuff in. Land, please. All right. Would we like to put it on the battlefield? No, we need it to be untapped. Another Fury. Shuffle your stuff in. Lose Endurance. Temple Garden, untapped. Do we keep going? Or do we call it? Do we need this Fury? What a wild turn! What do you think about... What do you think about the ability words? That's something that is different that I've noticed about the D&D set. They have all these... I mean, tons of cards have them. Like Moonblast Carrick. When it enters a battlefield, search your library for enchantment, reveal it, shuffle it, put it on top. That's called Divine Intervention. Divine Intervention? It's keyworded. Or like 50 feet of rope. Climb over, tie up, wrapped down. Is that, do you find that a positive or a negative? I mean, I think it very much hits the D&D flavor. Are we still going? What are we doing? I think it hits the D&D flavor for sure. You have to discard the hand size. Ugh. Well, in that case, let's evoke a Fury. Fury itself. Get a couple triggers. Alright, we finally found the lands. It was not easy, but they are finally here. Okay. What a turd! What a turd. Hit ya. I mean, we'll see if this is enough, but we got Subtlety. We got Solitude. We have the ability to blink them. That was insane. That was an insane turn. That was a straight up awesome insane turn. I thought it was pretty neat. I mean, I think I like it. I think I would strongly dislike it if they did it every set. But in the context of this D&D set, I think I like it. Opponent, floats a bunch of mana. Well, yeah, let's Subtlety. Get some triggers. Slow down the prime time. Draw a card. Draw a card. Ephemerate Subtlety. So we can keep it around. Primeval Titan definitely going to the top. Risen Reef. More Omnas. More Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Wow! Oh, that is so good. Opponent, sure. Sure, sure. No Primeval Titans for you. Opponent, passing. Can we literally win the game this turn? Ephemerate. Going to blink a Risen. We're going for it. We're going all the way. Blink the Risen Reef. Trigger. Cavern of Souls. Let's put that to hand. We're going to hit 1,000,000 lands this turn, I expect. Windswept Teeth. Cavern on Elemental. Oh, this is going to be a good turn. White, green, red, blue. Blue. Omnath. Draws us a card. Risen Reef. Land. On Elemental. Omnath. Gains us some life. Land. On Elemental. Makes us some mana. We still haven't drawn our card yet. We will crack a fetch land. Sacred Foundry. Untapped. Hit you for damage. We will white. Ooh, do we have a land? Oh, this is actually awkward. Opponents hit 10. I guess. Okay. Voice of Resurgence. Trigger. Hey, what's up, Kethroli? How are you? They should be dead. They should be really dead. An opponent scoops it up. Wow! Wow! That was insane. That was the most value I have ever imagined. That's like the fairest. That was like the fairest, and we just absolutely wrecked him. Like, we're doing the fairest match. We're just playing Risen Reefs. We're playing 3-mana 1/1s. I mean, Omnath was... It did things, but it's not actually, like, a big part of what we were doing there. Like, it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't essential. Yeah, the Cavern, I guess we probably should have waited there. I mean, I think they were dead on board. Fair Magic deck full of 0-mana spells. I mean, as fair as a deck full of free spells can be. Let's go with that. We'll go down the Endurance. We'll go up the Subtleties, which seem pretty good against Primeval Titans. We can go down this Revel Arc, which is sweet value, but probably not necessary. I guess we probably want Fulminators. Fulminator's probably worth it. Fulminator's in. Is Voice of Resurgence bad? Trim Voice of Resurgence. But we might need it for the colors. Go down a Fury. Go down Titania. Go down a Voice. Go down a Voice, something like that. 100-card Dredge? Ooh. Ooh. What do you get out of going 100 cards? I think the idea of Yarian Dredge is hilarious. Yeah, maybe we need Foundation Breaker too. I guess Solitude's a little hit or miss. Maybe we got a Solitude and a Solitude. Oh, we are all over the place. Harbinger. I guess Solitude does get rid of Prime Time. How about that? How about something like that? Let's try that. Foundation of Witstretch? That actually sounds hilarious. So what is your favorite card of the day so far, chat? Number one card from Forgotten Realms. Yeah, we were just talking about it. Pretty shocking that it's shutting down already. That is a very short run. Okay. I don't know if this end's great, but we do have a Risen Reef. Oh, the Cradle Creature's insane. Yeah, that is... I mean, it's an Elvish Archer that doesn't care about creature types, which is insane. New preview, Tutor on a Stick. Ooh. Oh, I think we... Yeah, we got a quick glimpse at it. Well, Flooded Strand. Go. Yeah, I think this is a pretty powerful uncommon. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for enchantment, reveal it, put it on top. Putting it on top is a drawback, but still, 3-mana 3/2 that tutors? That seems pretty reasonable. Need a hydrate button? It's a hydrate kind of day. Wow, opponent's got all the colorless lands somehow. But 4 Essence Worms for Green White Soul Sisters. We might have finally, really, truly found a card that's good in Soul Sisters. I think it might actually happen, finally. It actually seems like it's pretty good. Yeah, Flaming Skull's sweet. I like Flaming Skull quite a bit. Ugh, more Cavern. So, Cavern. I guess we name Elemental. We will play Unsettled Mariner. Pass the turn. We need some free elementals to evoke and hopefully stop us from dying. I think it actually is good in Soul Sisters. Like, how can it not be? Where is it? I mean, it's a Johnny's Pride mate it's an Ajani's Pride mate. Upside of getting to scry, which is huge. Downside of being legendary, which is also pretty meaningful. But as extra copies of a Johnny's Pride mate, it's better than a Johnny's Pride mate. Oh no. It's better than a Johnny's Pride mate discounting. We can't evoke it. Oh, this is so awkward. Better than a Johnny's Pride mate discounting the legendary thing. Very afraid of where we're at. We need to kill this. We don't have a white card to evoke. We got the wrong Obnath. Well, let's... Flooded Strand. Crack it. Get a Plains. Show us a white card, please. Okay. That is a white card. Well, that's one use for Obnath. I guess we upkeep it? Yeah, let's pass. Well, maybe we do it now. It doesn't get hit by Force Negation. Alright, yep. Exile, Obnath. Yeah, I guess we could have gotten the Kahira. Solitude. Triggers. Exiles. Draw a card. Opponent gains some life. Loses all their colored mana. Takes 2. Wow, this deck's actually working. It's working. What do you think of the creature lads? Ross Merriman played Tasha Sidious Laughter in their Versus live stream just before you went live. 21 cards in game 1, 15 in game 2. Ooh, what was the matchup? What was he up against? How did they cast Dryad? It just appeared. Actually, that is a good question. I'm pretty sure the answer is a bounce land, but I was looking at chat, so I assume it was bounce land. Pick up the bounce land. Opponent. No colored mana at the moment. Ooh, Nyapanza. I feel like the fact that the lands can come into play untapped is pretty big. Alright, opponent copies us. Naya Land Destruction. Ooh. That does look sweet. Prismatic Ending has proved to be quite a card for Botter. Temple Garden. Opponent. Passing. We find a Breeding Pool. Okay. Okay. Worried about getting Primeval Titaned, obviously. When it enters the battlefield, deal damage. I mean, I guess we just play Voice? Because if we draw Subtlety, we need Omnath. All right, let's play Voice. Trigger. Okay, well, new plan. Keep playing Unsettled Mariners. That is a nice tax if... Oh, another one. I mean, that is a nice tax for Valakut, at least. Go attacking. Hit ya. Thought Prismatic Ending was an enchantment for a long time. Yeah, it's way better than that. Getting rid of anything permanently, huge. Have you talked about the nerf versions of cards on MTGA? Yeah, we talked about it a lot during yesterday's stream. I I still think many of the cards are going to be overpowered. Some of them are probably fine, but I think most of them are still going to be pretty overpowered. Is it possible to write a story? Wait, a short story with the card names from Forgotten Realms? Probably. It might actually be opponent trying to figure out what they're doing. A little pump fake picks up a land. If we can draw a subtlety, I think that kind of wins us the game. Like, we just gotta stop Titans and Dryads. Your spelling of Terraskew made the Angels and Heaven cry. Terraskew. Terraskew. I stand by my pronunciation, and I believe that it is correct. And no amount of evidence to the contrary is going to change my mind. I'm an American, after all. We'll put a Misty into play. Do you think that the Forgotten Realms will have an impact on Standard? Sort of. All right, let's crack the fetch first. Sort of. So here's what I would say about Forgotten Realms in Standard. Blue, white, green, red. Yeah, we'll take the forest. I think that it'll have an impact, but I don't know if the impact will come until after rotation. There might be some impact before rotation, but the biggest thing that's going on in Standard right now is opponent. Hater of all things that are fun. Well, Cavern on Elemental. Man, we're just going to get Primeval Titan and lose, aren't we? So my big concern is I feel like Eldraine's still just busted. It's still busted. Ikoria is still busted. I think the cards from the new set look sweet. I think they look really sweet. But can they possibly compete with the most broken set in Magic's history? At least Magic's modern history? That's kind of the concern. Well, here comes the Primeval Titan. The Dismember was bad news for us opponents. Yeah, floats the mana, Primeval Titan. Is there... Oh, we didn't hit our free stuff. We hit a single Solitude, but we did not do a good job of finding our subtleties. Summoner's Pact. And I'm just not convinced we can beat a Primeval Titan here. Primeval Titan. Thankfully, they already have the Slayer Stronghold, so it's not going to have haste at least. But still, it's still a Primeval Titan. I wish they would rotate early. I really, 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 really wish they would just rotate early. Yeah, we did draw a ridiculous number of lands this game. That is true. I think my concern about not having a core set is I wonder where we're going to get some of just the nuts and bolts make the format work cards. I'm a little concerned that not having those could be an issue in Standard. Hey, I'm doing well, Samurai. How are you? Opponent, going to transmute. Going to get another Primeval Titan, I assume. Because there's always another Primeval Titan. It's the scoot bug of giants. They tried to do early rotation a handful of years ago. People threw a fit, so they changed. Now we have Eldraine for 2 years. I feel like the Magic world has changed, though. That would be my argument. That the Magic world has changed enough that it would be a positive now rather than a negative. What are we getting? Too late for Fulminators. Omnath? And try to win? Maybe we try to win. Yeah, let's take Omnath. Let's go Omnath Tribal. Breeding Pool tapped. Counter on. Wow, we were so close to winning. We can put our opponent to 1. If we had drawn 1 less... Oh, no. Oh. Yeah, you can definitely pump me for that one. That was a clear punt. Huh. Yeah, that's awkward. That's a tiny bit awkward. Yeah, Fetchland actually would have... Fetchland actually would have been good there. Actually would have been lethal there. Well, pass the turn. I wasn't thinking we were that close to winning, but apparently we were. Well, let's see if we survive. Opponent does have to pay a bunch of mana for their amulet. I mean, we still should win next turn if we don't die here, but that was... Yeah, that one's on me. That one's on me. I will take the punt. Opponent, Summoner's Pact, Dryad. Well, let's see if it's enough. Dryad. Sunhome. Opponent attacks. The Dryad was an insanely big draw for our opponent. That is their best draw. Thankfully, Unsettled Mariner is going to help at least. Maybe our opponent punted back. Did they not take into consideration... Did they not take into consideration Unsettled Mariner? They might not have. Oh! Opponent. Dead? I don't know if they thought through this Unsettled Mariner. That's a lot of triggers our opponent can't pay for. What did they shoot? Nothing? Okay, they kill the Unsettled Mariner. They did not play the Troll Till. Do we block? So we're taking 6. Worst case, they play 1 more land. Okay. Down to 11. Oh, so I think we still lose. Not playing that land was brutal. We needed to play the fetch land, yeah, because now our opponent gets to shoot down our board. Well, we don't win with a fetch with no board, right? Which is where we're at, and we'll always be at. Red, white, green, blue. Omnath. How do we 7 our opponent without a board? Ephemerate. What do we do? I mean, the fetch doesn't do anything, though. It gains us life, but that doesn't do anything. I think we gotta Ephemerate the Omnath. I think that's our only somewhat realistic, and that's not even very realistic. Yeah, we need to play that fetch land. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, we should have played the fetch. Well, we got punished for not playing the fetch land, that's for sure. Is Fury even good? Awkward, awkward, awkward. A million foundation breakers. Yeah, let's go back up a Flamekin and run it like that. Yeah, Gris can be your commander. Just got published my 6-1 arena deck list with your Ponza Brew. Ooh, what's your Ponza Brew, Velocikitty? Well, alright, I guess we'll keep it. This seems fine. I don't know if I would say great, but it's passable-ish. About it. We will take Steam Vents. I mean, I don't think we could have gotten and played our companion at that point, right? Because we had did not have 6 mana available. I mean, we should have, yes, we should have still put it in our hand, but I don't think that actually would have mattered if we couldn't play it. Wouldn't the elemental who boats your opponent when you play a land after the second turn be busted in the board? It's a oh, what is the card? Is it Tunnel Ignis or something? Tunnel Ignis is a card that was somewhat hyped when it was spoiled, and it has proven to be really, really bad over its lifespan. Voice of Resurgence. Won't play the land. Crack the land. Get a Forest. Risen Reef. Please don't kill it. We need to draw cards. That's what the deck wants to do. Well, Cavern on Elemental. That's not a bad hit. Go to combat. Attack ya. Oh, please don't dismember. I feel like having Risen Reef is really, really key to this deck functioning. About it. Has dismember. Yeah, you notice when we don't have a Risen Reef, the deck is way less powerful. I wonder if some Vesper Larks or clones for Risen Reef could be worth it. I feel like it's that important to what the deck's trying to do. About it, Urza Saga. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your opponent's control, if the player had another land enter the battlefield under their control, deals 2 damage to the player. Yeah, so I think Tunnel Ingus, it might be okay against a Primeval Titan deck. I mean, I think it's good against... like Scapeshift style decks where you have a ton of lands coming into play if it sticks on the battlefield, but it's pretty limited. I think that's kind of the main issue is in a lot of matchups it just doesn't do anything. Well, blow up the Amulet. Are you playing the Elemental Tribal Land? I do not believe the Elemental Tribal Land's in the deck. About it. Yeah, Voice of Resurgence at one point was super expensive. Aw, we need the Risen Reef. Another Urza Saga. Opponent passes. Well, 1, 2... Well, I guess we attack first. Velocikitty! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I like how the new camera looks too. It looks way better than the old one. I'm glad that it's noticeable. Huh. Actually, maybe we just play Voice of Resurgence. Play Voice of Resurgence. Cavern on Elemental. play Unsettled Mariner. I mean, we got a cute little elemental board. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if Big Papa Primeval Titan's about to kill us. Do you think that Colonel Ignis... What is Colonel Ignis? Wait. Are we still talking Tunnel Ignis? Yeah, so Tunnel Ignis... There's a couple of things. It dies for one thing. And like the Primeval Titan deck, I don't think they care about it that much. Like if our opponent goes land for their turn, Primeval Titan gets 2 Valakuts, sure they take 6, and maybe if they're super low on life, that would be enough to stop them from doing it. But a lot of times, they're just going to be like, okay, we'll go to 10 or whatever, and then kill you. So I'm not sure it actually is enough to just, like, straightforward beat these Primeval Titan decks. I'm kind of leaning towards no, most likely. Boot it. Do you think that Hammer Time is the best Urza Saga deck? I think that Urza Saga is definitely good in Hammer Time. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So I think it's definitely good in Hammer Time. Oh no, they just have the Prime Time. Well, we're paying a big price for not playing that fetch land last game. I've been having some success in Modern lately with budget calibrated Blast Progenitus Turbo deck. What are your thoughts about it? Make a Primeval Titan mana. They have the Amulet, so hasty Primeval Titan. Yeah, I think it's a really funny idea, Jank Jesus. I think it would be a pretty hilarious, like, against the odds episode. Calibrated Blast definitely can. I mean, if you can get it set up, 15 damage is a big chunk for 3 mana for sure. Opponent, hasty and vigilant Primeval Titan. Goes to combat. Gets a few million lands. Yeah. Well, this is where it's pretty over feeling. Like, if you're gonna beat this deck, you gotta beat it before Primeval Titan comes down or it's over. It'll be interesting to see if this deck survives. What do you think about the Primeval Titan deck in the realm of Urza's Saga? Do you think it'll stick around? I'm not convinced that it will. Oh, we chump. We get an elemental. Yeah, this deck is so much worse without a Risen Reef. Oh, jeez. Oh, that would have won us the game if we drew it last turn. Jeez, and we don't even have enough elementals to kill Primeval Titan. Wow. Wow. What do we do? We're just dead, right? We can't Fury and Omnath. Subtlety came too late, so we're already behind Primeval Titan. I mean, swinging doesn't do anything at the moment. I mean, we swing, opponent gets to kill our stuff, and takes 3. That doesn't really do much. Subtlety only hits things on the stack. You can't hit things on the battlefield. So that's why it's a turn too late. If we drew it last turn, it would be insane. So if we attack, leave this back. If we attack with this, Opponent blocks. Opponent blocks here. Blocks here. I mean, they also have 6 cards in hand and a Saga that's about to go ultimate. Yeah, alright, we'll attack. Opponent blocks. And blocks. Unblocks. Blocks. Alright. Alright. Well, that is about what we could hope for. Well, now we get to Fury. We're live! We're live! The game is not over. Fury. Full price. Gonna take down the Primeval Titan. Okay! Pass the turn. Come on! Come on! Let us take down this deck. Urza Saga. Opponent taps it for mana. Tutors up a Amulet. Yeah. 2 amulets, 7 cards in hand. I'm sure we're good. I'm sure we're good. I mean, subtlety does help-ish. It is good. Having to throw away our Omnath is worrying. Summoner's Pact. Yeah. Dryad. So now there's 2 things that kill us. Interesting. Well, they have Dryad. I mean, the problem is if we counter this, then they have Primeval Titan. I mean, I guess we just have to hope they don't have it. Because this also beats us. Well, no, they have a bounce land. Well, yeah, I mean, we got to do it because we can't beat a Dryad here, so we do have to do it. But this does mean Primetime resolves, and I think that still beats us. So, Dryad to the top. Well, they have double Amulet, so when they play a bounce land, it's going to make about 1 million green mana. Opponent. I mean, maybe. Maybe they don't have a bounce land. They do have 6 cards. That would be pretty miraculous. I mean, if they don't have it, then we... Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, Semi-Growth Chamber. Yup. Yup. So, Primeval Titan. Well... Sure. Yeah, Amulets are just always there thanks to Urza Saga. Summoner's Pact. Primeval Titan. Plays Primeval Titan. And they should be able to lethal us, right? Okay. Yeah, so 2 amulets, roughly infinite mana. Taps and untaps, taps and untaps. I mean, they double packed. That is true. But I am not convinced we untap next turn, or that they don't have another. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure where our opponent's going to go to their next turn. Gets another Summoner's Pact. I think they're planning on just killing us right now. We'll see. They can play another Primeval Titan. Summoner's Pact 3. Gets a Dryad. Plays the Dryad. Hasten the Primeval Titan game. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was interesting. Oh. I mean, you don't beat Primeval Titans. Hey, what's up, Booby Cats? Good to see you. Good to see you. Like, if you have a chance against that deck, which it is currently the best deck in the format by a pretty meaningful margin, I think. You don't beat the Primeval Titans. Like, if you have a chance, you got to be very aggressive and win before Primeval Titan comes down, or you need to be able to stop the Primeval Titan from coming down. 4 new dragons just got spoiled. Ooh. Did they? Oh, the deck seemed like it could do some sweet things. Still a little disappointed that I guess we kind of punted that match a little bit. All right, new dragons. Ebon Death Dracolich. 4 mana. Wow, there's apparently a cycle of 4 mana dragons. 4 mana, 5/2 flying flash enters the battlefield tapped. You may cast it from your graveyard if a creature not named Ebon Death Dracolich died this turn. Flying Flash ETB tapped is one of the most ridiculous combination of mechanics that I think we've ever seen. I would guess that is the first ever Flying Flash ETB tap creature in the entire history of Magic. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Is it good? Oh, wait, you can cast it from a graveyard if a creature not named Ebon Death died this turn. Oh, yeah. Well, then it is very good. Like, a recursive 5/2 flying is really good. Yeah, I think it's actually pretty strong. The obvious problem for the short term is, like always, we live in a world of Eldrade, so Bone Crusher Giant, but that's a very aggressive flying body that keeps coming back. Like, I think Ebon Death it's strong. I think it's very strong. Let's Misty Rainforest. So that's dragon number 1. Yeah, that card's pretty busted. Black Dragon, 7 mana, 4/4 flying Acid Breath. When it enters the battlefield, target creature and opponent control gets -3, -3 until end of turn. I kind of feel like that's a card that already exists. Maybe I'm wrong. Is that not a card from... Is that not a card that we saw from, like, Dragons of Tarkir? Or something very similar to it? Green Dragon. 6 mana, 4/4 flying, Poison Breath. When it enters the battlefield until end of turn, whenever a creature an opponent controls is dealt damage, destroy it. That's kind of weird. So essentially makes it so you can't block, I guess. And then Adult Gold Dragon, 5 mana, 4/3, flying lifelink haste. That's actually a pretty sweet card. Reminds me a little bit of like Lightning Angel or something, but the lifelink being added on, that's a good combination of defensive and offensive stats. Opponents, yeah, gonna bobble, sure. Well, Cavern on Elemental. Unsettled Mariner. Maybe be able to slow our opponent down a bit. Pass the turn. Those dragons seem pretty interesting. The set looks really focused on limited, not so much for constructed. Seems worse than Mantis Rider. Yeah, I mean, probably. You do get lifelink and more power, which is sweet. Hey, what's up, Lucid? How are you? But is it as good as Mantis Rider? It's also only 2 colors. Mantis Rider is 3 colors. None of them seem standard playable. I think the black one... I mean, so I guess it depends on the context. Like, are we talking about standard after rotation? Or are we talking about standard today, right now? I mean, not much is standard playable right now. Like standard is we know what standard is. Nothing. It's not going to change. Like maybe it changes a little bit. Maybe werewolf pack can go into mono green or something, or the white mythic dragon can go in mono white. Like I'm sure there'll be some additions, but it's pretty unrealistic to expect wholesale changes to the format right now when we have Eldraine in the format, and we only have 3 months until rotation. So I'm kind of looking to the future for the most part. Did you see the werewolf in thoughts? I think Wizards nailed a good WW. It's been a long time. Yeah, I feel like the werewolf's strong. I mean, it's got good base stats, which I think is perhaps the biggest deal. I'll pass the turn. The good base stats are big. Like, it's a Watch Wolf. It's a Watch Wolf with a ton of upside. A Watch Wolf that can draw you cards and can pump. It's going to be very interesting. What are you expecting from Werewolves when we get to Innistrad? I mean, the good news with all this is, sure, are these cards going to break the format right now? Maybe not. I mean, we know we have busted stuff in the format. Maybe we're not going to see wholesale changes to standard yet. But... is it worth shocking ourselves to endurance? Maybe? Probably. Well, let's crack. Get a... Painful Temple Garden. Endurance. Down to 14. I don't think modern players expect endurance yet. They probably should. Hardcast Endurance. The upside of Endurance being naturally castable. What do you think about the Magic Legends announcement? It's kind of hilarious. I mean, if you love Magic Legends, I'm not trying to make fun of. I'm sure it sucks if you're someone who really likes Magic Legends, but Wizards has zero track record of. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's super awkward. Oh, they're a Phoenix deck. Wizards has zero track record of being able to make non-Magic games work in non-Magic game work. Zero. Literally zero. Have you seen the latest spoilers? We were just looking at some dragons, so unless there's something after the dragons. Opponent plays a land. We really could use a land here. Soulscarred Mage. Opponent passes. Unsettled Mariner. Well, that's Fury. Actually, blue-white. Play Unsettled Mariner. Fury. Exile Fury. Two and two. If our opponent casts a spell, then we're gonna Ephemerate it. If they don't, then we'll let it go. Hey, what's up, Monster CC? How are you? Thoughts on Even Death? Opponent's going to Lava Dart. Okay. Lava Dart, get it countered. Well, now we got Ephemerate. But I think that's still fine. Ephemerate Fury. 2/2. Kill him. Kill them all. All right. Well, board answered for the time being. Omnath to maybe gain us life once we find a land. Oh, Ephemerate's it's so strong. It's so strong. I feel like Even Death is actually very good. I might go out on a limb and say I don't think it's impossible it could even see play outside of standard. It's a recursive 5/2 flyer. That's a fast clock. It's fragile, but it's recursive. And being able to cast it when a creature dies that's not Even Death, that actually seems really easy. That's not a hard condition to me. So that card actually feels very good to me. They should have put mystical archives for creatures in the set. Maybe they could save historic, because standard at this point is beyond repair. Put Stoneforge, Goyf, Bloodbraid, Goblin Guide, Pyromancer, Giver, etc. The format. Yeah, I would be okay with that. Wow, are they actually paying one? Both had to pay one for a bobble. Yeah, that's acceptable. They had to pay one to crack their bobble. Oh, all right, land. No, we don't want to Ephemerate. How do we die? Go to combat, hit ya. Down to 16. Oh, red, white, blue, green, red. Dirty Omnath. Draw a card. We're an elemental deck. I don't think Omnath is dirty in elementals in specific. Pass the turn. Opponent taps. We're at 10. Can we hit a fetch land to gain some life? Seth, do you think a one-of Faithless Looting effect would be busted in Modern? I want to play Phoenix. I want the Phoenix archetype to exist again. Who? Oh, you mean like Faithless Looting without flashback? I think Faithless Looting without flashback would be fine. I think the flashback is what makes it a little bit strong. But without flashback, I think it would be perfectly acceptable. All right, fetch land for the life gain. Opponent gets to draw a card. Fetch land? Solitude. Huh. So we kill this. 6, 10, 11, 12. Ooh, yeah, Careful Study would be fine. I think Careful Study would be a good card to have in... well, we don't kill them because they gain a bunch of life. But I think we still do it. Oh, unfortunately, you do have to evoke. Yeah. Well, Solitude. Get rid of Jengatha. Go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 3. And, I mean, we'll take a Kahira. Our companion has been remembered. Pass the turn. Faithless Salvaging isn't bad. Faithless Salvaging, I've seen way more decks than I expected to play. About it. What do you got? I mean, with one Phoenix, even if they get Phoenixes back, we should be okay. Unsettled Mariner does help keep our opponent from just burning us ridiculously. Yeah, there's a bit of a downside. I mean, still totally worth it. Opponent's at 3. They're pretty dead here. What do you think the future of competitive Magic will look like? I don't think Wizards really knows. If I had to guess, I would say that... Alright, Dragon's Rage Channeler, sure. If I had to guess, I think SCG Tour will come back, which is good. Well, opponent's trying to get back a Phoenix. SCG Tour, I expect, will return. I think that as far as official Wizards gameplay, I'm guessing there'll be something like GPs or Magic Fests. I don't know how that leads to the Pro Tour. Maybe I'm too optimistic. I'm hoping that the end result is something like the old system that everyone loved. I'm fearing that it's actually going to be a bit of a disaster, nothingness, or it's like, hey, we'll do a command fest once a year or something, which I don't think would be acceptable. I mean, Flash and Blood is doing GP style events. I just saw Prof doing a video. Yeah, I actually got a new camera. Is it noticeable in a good way? Hopefully, is it better? I mean, if Flash and Blood can run GPs in Las Vegas, how can Wizards not do it? Flesh and Blood is, I mean, no offense to Flesh and Blood, it's nothing. Like it is nowhere near Magic in terms of the amount of money that the game makes or anything. If Flesh and Blood can pull it off, how can we not have GPs? Very red. I mean, that might be because it's ridiculously hot today, so that might explain. It's like it's just so hot and humid. I've been brutally hot the last few days, so that might explain the redness. Opponent, lava darts, cannot pay. I mean, I don't even think this... Oh, they got another Arclight in the graveyard. Alright. Well, I mean, opponent, I guess, kind of has a shot. Wow. Wow, how did they get another Arclight after all this? Opponent. Jeez. Where did that Arclight come from? Oh, they surveil? Oh, they got just lucky surveilling? Oh, no. Oh, opponent passes. One life is not a lot. Not a lot. That leaves us dead to basically anything. What do we do? I mean, the problem is they're just going to block, right? In a way that's very bad for us. Like, block. Opponent can double block Omnath and kill the Unsettled Mariner. And then they just get all their stuff back. Well, they don't even chump, though. They just trade. That's kind of the issue. With one Arclight, it would be good. Well, they have no board, but they have two Phoenixes that are able to return. Well, we'll play Kahira. Yeah, I mean, the no board is just a little bit deceptive. Just, oh, it's not an elemental. Oh, so we can't even Kahira. Oh, that's super awkward. Oh, Kahira's so bad. It's not an elemental. Oh. Okay. So now we have to choose between Kahira or Ephemerate, which makes it much, much tougher. Uh-oh. How bad is losing Omnath? Do we have any way of winning if we lose the Omnath? And just use Cat? Yeah, maybe we should have. Yeah, that's the choice. Either we blink Omnath and draw, or we play Kahira. If we blink Omnath, we can attack with it. What are we hoping to draw into? Yeah. I think we still play Kahira. I think that's all we can do. Play Kahira. Ooh, the downsides of the crazy mana. We don't have enough white mana to do both, unfortunately. Because Cavern can't cast Kahira. So Steam Vents isn't really helpful, so we gotta tap both white sources. Opponent blocks. Stuff dies. Alright, well, maybe our opponent's Phoenix deck can't cast 3 spells. They only have 2 in hand. We do have a Kahira. Come on. Come on, let our companion be good. Maybe this companion card type can actually be good once in its life. Soulscar Mage. Do they have land? If they can go land Lavadar, they get the Phoenixes back. If they... Oh, no land. Ooh, we overcame. We overcame. We dodged, and our elementals got there somehow. No, they spent all their darts. Okay, that worked. And now we will endure. Endurances for days seem pretty good. Subtlety seems pretty not good. Go down Subtlety. We haven't really got to go off with Titania yet. Go down Titania. Foundation Breaker, no. Kind of want the Fury. Risen Reef's gonna die like crazy. Bring in the Fury. Go down a... maybe Revlark. Run it like that. Has Fury been the best Evoke so far? It really just depends on the matchup. The Titan matchup, Subtlety was the card that gave us a shot. This matchup, Fury is solid. Or Fury probably won us that game, honestly. Have I heard the new Modest Mouse album? I gotta listen to it more. I listened like partway through it, but didn't actually listen to it enough to let it really sink in. Do you know Colonel Terrescue was in Masks? I don't. Are those real words? Are those real words, or is this a trap? Is this a trap? Is this a trick of some kind? What is happening? I've also the new Modest Mouse album. It kind of got buried behind new Mountain Goats album, which I've listened to a few times already, and it's really good. Yeah, Even Death I think is really solid. I think out of the new dragons we've seen so far, Even Death is one that actually has me pretty excited. Like, the recursion part is very strong, I think. It does only have 2 toughness, which might be a bit of an issue in... Which might be a bit of an issue in Bone Crusher Giantville, but... Well, pass the turn. But outside of that, I think it's pretty good. Mountain Goat is a band. Yeah, the new Mountain Goats, I think, is their best in several albums, I would say. I really like it. Opponent. All the Soulscar Mages. Ephemerate would be an insanely good draw. Opponent hits us. Okay, we'll take one. Oh, no, the Risen Reef. We need a land. Well, Fury. Pitch a Harbinger. Oh, if we could be doing this with our Risen Reefs out. We got to see that in game 1, and it was... or match 1, and it was so insane. Alright, well, kill a couple things. Fury proving its worth. Pass the turn. I actually think my favorite Mountain Goats is probably their earliest stuff. I love the just like the boombox like rough cassette recording era, but ooh, wait, there's a Dragon Angel debate. I think I missed the entire debate. I mean, I would definitely go dragons. If I had to choose between dragons, okay, that's actually a great question. Let's say Wizards was going to stop printing a creature type for the rest of Magic's history. They would no longer ever print any of them. Angel or dragon? You got to choose one. Which one would you choose? These Risen Reefs are staring back at us. Our hand is so close to being awesome, but yet so very far away. Unsettled Mariner, go. Angel, Angel, both. Merfolk were not an option. Dragons, I mean, both dragons and angels are pretty iconic. Yeah, here they come. Yeah, without the lands, this is gonna be tough. We got a 2-for-1 or a 2-for-2, and it's not even gonna be enough. Yeah, the black dragon I think is it reads funny with Flash coming into play tap, but the recursion I think actually makes it pretty strong. I would say it's one of the stronger cards we've seen today. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Manamorphose. Manamorphose is like the Eldraine of... It's like the Eldraine of Modern. Is it too good? I don't know, probably, but I know I'm sick of it. And they always have it. They always have it. Every time. Usually 2 of them. About it. Solitude gets like 100 times better if we can play a Risen Reef, but... Lightning Axe discards a Fina. Oh, we're just super dead. Yeah, well, not drawing lands seems to be a problem. Our burn opponent is got more lands than we do. Kills Unsettled Mariner. I don't even know if we bother playing Solitude. Like, I guess we will, but... Our best case is we draw a land and play Risen Reef, and that case does not win us the game. About it. Hey, good luck with your surgeons, Stone Rain. Have a good afternoon. Opponent goes to combat. I mean, our free spells are pretty fair. We're discarding a mythic bomb ban card to Swords to Plowshares, which, honestly, I would prefer an actual Swords to Plowshares than 2-for-1ing ourselves, but about it. It's us. Down to 8. Yeah, Fury might buy us a second. Soulscar Mage returns. Alright, what's on the top of our deck? Opponent thinking, passing, Solitude. Alright, yeah. I mean, sometimes you cast your spells, sometimes you don't. Ugh. Well, I like our setup. We're going to run it back. This time we're going to draw lands, and it's going to be sweet. Do you remember how you felt during Eldraine spoiler? Did you think it was that busted? I remember there weren't many that were hyped about Oko, and adventures were fairly unknown. I mean, no, I don't think during spoiler season, I don't think anyone was like, this is the most broken set of all time or anything. But it did prove itself to be one of them, with hindsight. But yeah, no, I mean, it would be hard, no matter how good a set looked, to just straight up say, I think this is like the most broken set in the history of Magic or something during spoiler season. Ugh. Well, I mean, we'll draw land this time, right? We gotta. But it can't happen twice in a row. It can't. No way. Well, Misty Rain Forest. Go. Opponent. I mean, I did think Circle of Loyalty was broken, that's true. Did you see the Green Dragon spoiler? It's green, if you couldn't guess. Yeah, I did see it. I think it's... let me pull it up again. It has a somewhat weird ability. When it enters a battlefield, until end of turn, whenever a creature an opponent controls is dealt damage, destroy it. So, I don't know how good that is played fairly, but I guess I think it's kind of like a cute combo card. Yeah, like Blazing Volley, kind of like Pestilent Spirit. It reminds me a little bit of Pestilent Spirit. We will crack. Get a breeding pool. Untap. And yeah. Crack your bobble, opponent. Okay, we are hitting our lands, which is encouraging. Flooded Strand. Crack it. Plains. Unsettled Mariner. Slow you down a bit. Opponent gets to draw a card. In contrast, AFR so far looks like one of the tamer sets in recent times. I mean, we're still early, I would say, but I can't say that anything... I don't know about tamer. Maybe. But I kind of feel like... there's some pretty powerful cards. Really? Hasten it up. All right, sure. Opponent. Raise mode. Soulscar Mage. Hits us. Certainly. Down to 15. Well, we will keep stacking up the Mariners. Steamhead's tapped. Hit ya. I mean, it's going to be hard for our opponent to target us. That's for sure. 2 Unsettled Mariners is a lot to slog through. I mean, I think there's some powerful cards in this set. Cards that jump out to me as powerful immediately. Even Death, I think, is powerful. I think there's a lot of flexible cards at the lower rarities, like Moonblast Cleric. Is that busted? I don't think it's busted, but I think it's playable. All these like modal spells, like Pump Spell versus Removal. There's a bunch of modal spells that look good that I think will fill roles at least, even if they're not insane. And I think we also Circle of Dreams Druid is crazy. Circle of Dreams Druid, that card is definitely strong. I don't even think there's any question that it's strong. Treasure Chest might be my favorite card so far. I have no idea how good it's going to be. What do you think about roll a d20? Oh, all right. Well, that's the game. Oh, God. Sure. Well, that is certainly one of the drawbacks of playing this deck is Blood Moon. Insane against us. Flamekin Harbinger. Oh, boy, we have not been able to get these elementals going, like, period. We need a free elemental that blows up Blood Moon. That's what we really need. I think the rare manlands are powerful because they come into play untapped in the early game. I think as far as their like cost to activate versus power and toughness, it's fine. It's not insane, but it's fine. But I think they're powerful because coming into play untapped is huge. We don't have a card to cast Fury at the moment. We don't have the lands or a red card. Opponent down to 12. Yeah, Blood Moon just gets us. Oh, this deck is so sweet, but it has not been winning. I am the guy I know. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Arclight Phoenix. Yeah. Goes attacking. Hits us. No blocks. Well, Solitude. Exile the Mariner. Kill the Arclight. Opponent gains a bunch of life. Oh, we've had the last 2 games we've had Risen Reefs just at the ready, and we have not been able to get a single one on the battlefield. Not a single one. Opponent. You think the red creature land is far too powerful? Interesting. I don't know if I would say it's too powerful. I think it's decent. I think it's a good card, but I don't know if I would say it's too good. It's 4 to activate. Like, that's still a lot of mana. I think it's very interesting. In standard, we have Faceless Haven, which is, I think, the biggest competition in most aggressive decks. And then we also have Crawling Barrens, which is the big competition in slower decks. So that's what the creature lands have to beat out, I think. The red creature land is immediate 4 of burn, not legendary, is amazing. Burn in what format? Opponent, maximize velocity. Sure. Huh. Well, a quick reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. I assume we're dead here. Yeah, Blood Moon is just... Yeah. Blood Moon is just game over against this deck for the most part. We don't... Man. Oh, 2 really close long matches, but 2 losses. I mean, I guess the first one's kind of on us. Interesting. I don't know if I think it's a 4 of in burn, but I do think it can see play in burn. I think coming into play tapped benefits the red one the most, arguably, because red decks need to curve out for the most part. Burn just, like, cannot afford to play tap lands. Like, it needs their mana to come into play untapped. I think that there's a shot that they play some of them. Like, replace a mountain or 2 with a couple of them. It does offer some nice protection for things going wrong. So I do think it's definitely playable. Not sure about 4. 4 might be a bit too much, but yeah, 2 sounds about right. Only 1 more to activate than Leonin Warboss, which is a strong card, and it's a land. Wait, but it's only a land until end of turn, right? I think it's definitely good. I just don't think it... I think that the whole cycle of them are good. I just don't think they're broken. Like, we have a lot of creature lands, and in general, they're all good and playable, because getting value out of your lands is huge. But I don't... Has there ever been a creature land that could be considered broken? I mean, I don't think they're, like, the best creature lands we've ever seen. Even if you went with, like the World Wake cycle is really good. That's probably the strongest cycle. And those weren't broken, that I remember. Alright. Can Elementals win a game? That would be sweet. Well, Flamekin Harbinger. Get a Risen Reef for the future. We need more Risen Reefs. We need a functional reprint. Inkmoth might be the closest. I mean, I think the red land, it reminds me of something like Legion Warboss or Goblin Rabble Master a little bit. But still, remember, you got to pay for a turn, which is... That's a lot. That's a lot each turn. So I don't think you set off... You don't set off at the start of the game with your goal being to activate it as much as possible, I don't think. But I do think it's a really nice hedge for when things go poorly. Like, you're playing an aggro deck, your opponent rasts your board, having a creature land left over, and the red one's a good one, because the token sticks around, so it allows you to rebuild. So I think it does that very well. The blue one is strong, but it does cost a ridiculous amount of mana, which I think will keep it in check a little bit. Well, Misty, crack it. Get a Forest, Risen Reef. Alright, finally a Risen Reef hits the battlefield. We go to combat. We attack. Well, we don't really have enchantment destruction, so there is a risk of just getting prisoned out. I want to give an historic with a 7/7 Crawling Baron trampling over an Ardenvale Toga with Shadow Spear. Ooh. Yeah, creature lands are great for Wrath and removal protection. I mean, they are a very strong... Oh, no! Oh... Yeah. Our deck is so much sadder without Risen Reef. Bone it, Holly Heliod's Generosity. And Sanctum Weaver. Alright. Doing what Enchantress does. Opponent. Passing. Oh, attacking. Enchantment aggro hits us. Oh, Windswept Teeth. Crack Windswept Teeth. Get a Plains. White, green, blue, red. Omnath, draw a card. Oh, we need that Risen Reef desperately. Unsettled Mariner. Go attacking. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. Well, yeah. Solitude. Evoke. Get rid of Scythus. Pass the turn. Foundation Breaker is good. I guess it depends on if Blood Moon is popular in the matter if it's rare. Yeah, I mean there's Foundation Breakers in the sideboard. The white one I think is not bad. I mean Celestial Colonnade is one of the best creature lands of all time. And that one's 5 to activate for a 4/4 flying vigilance. So I think it's worse than Colonnade, but Colonnade is arguably too good. So I think that it's still solid. Yeah, we didn't really have anything good to evoke. I mean, when it comes down to it, discarding 2 cards to draw 1 is still not ideal unless we're getting some value out of it. Yeah. Enchantress doing what it does. Wow, this is probably a Blood Moon deck too. Oh dear. Oh dear. Solitude. Alright, everything has Shroud. We don't have a land. Alright, next game. Ah! Oh, poor Elementals. The deck feels like it should be able to generate so much value, but it has not worked out that way. Well, go down Revelark. Definitely need all the Foundation Breakers. Subtlety seems not good in this matchup. Titania's been a disappointment. Endurance doesn't do anything. Bring in the Fury. Try it like that. Try it like that. I saw the latest Modern 5.0 League on Reddit. There are close to 50 different decks Modern is sweet right now. Yeah, Modern is definitely in a super sweet place. Do you think Eldraine is more broken oppressive than Mirrodin Block? Do you think people hate it more in Eternal formats purely because of the recency versus Miriam's tender? Same question applies to Companions, I guess. Well, Companions are easy. Companions are the biggest mistake mechanic in Magic's history. No doubt about it. Nothing compares to Companions. Mirrodin, Urza. I mean, I guess you could argue, like, Black Lotus and the Moxen if you want to consider them a mistake, although I don't even know if they would be a mistake at their time. Alright. Let's see if we can draw land. I assume 4 Foundation Breakers is about the most we can ask for against Enchantress. Can we cast them? As far as Mirrodin Block versus Eldraine, I think that the biggest difference is with Mirrodin, it was kind of just a mechanic that was broken. That's not a land. And Mirrodin was kind of just a mechanic that was broken in Affinity. When Eldraine is just everything was pushed too much. I still think that the goal was to help it launch Arena. I have no evidence or proof of that, but that's still my theory, is that Wizards, they had a very expensive promo ad that was, I mean, you can see the difference. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Elementals. You can see the difference. Like today's ad for the D&D set, it wasn't bad. It was, the command zone guys, and it was funny, but it was just kind of people, magic-y people hanging out. They had like the full-on production for the Eldraine trailer was peak. War of the Spark was also really good, but was keeping a one-lander an accident? No. I would keep this hand 10 out of 10 times against the Chatras. We have 4 Foundation Breakers. That is by far our most important card. So I mean, it's unfortunate that we're not drawing lands, but that is the card that actually gives us a chance of winning. So yeah, my theory is that they just pushed Eldraine to hype and sell Arena. Potato David, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Oh, well, I gotta say this deck feels pretty disastrous. All right, we got to finish strong. I at least want to see the deck do the cool thing. We started off good, like in our very first match. We got to see the possibilities. It needs to have the Risen Reef live, though. You need to draw multiple Risen Reefs and have them live, and the deck does crazy things. But that might be asking too much. Is the current Enchantress and Enchantment? Yes, I believe that every permanent in the deck is an enchantment these days. Yeah, Zoraneb Orb Titania is something I definitely would like to try at some point. Are there any elemental tribal lands to search for with Harbinger? I think there's an elemental land, isn't there? Is it typed elemental? Oh no, the elemental land is not actually an elemental land. There is an elemental land that adds a mana of any color for elementals, but it is not actually typed elemental. How do you think they're going to handle the werewolves in Innistrad? Because we're getting a full-on werewolf set. Do you think it's going to be the same like flip mechanic that we've seen in the past? No new spoilers. Adult Gold Dragon sounds like a... Is that a D&D thing? Adult Gold Dragon sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon card to me. Like Blue Eyes White Dragon or whatever. Like, that does not sound like a Magic card name to me. But maybe it should. I actually feel like Flamekin Harbinger is pretty bad in this deck. Like, it's another card. It's a card that's good if we have... It's a card that's good if we have Risen Reef on the battlefield and doing things, but... Like, we don't even want to cast it here. Because we need to draw lands. It's very D&D. Okay. The dragons in D&D are listed by color. Oh, alright. That makes sense. Ancient Gold Dragon. So, it's gold, it's ancient, and a dragon. Or Adult Gold Dragon. Alright. I can get behind that. So, as people who play D&D, how do you feel about what do you feel about the flavor? Like, how good is the flavor of the set? I think one of the interesting aspects of this is, even though it's not Universes Beyond, I think it's going to tell us or give us an example of what Universes Beyond might be like. Because I think with Universes Beyond, much like this D&D set, if Wizards was going to do it, they got to nail it flavor-wise. Like, I feel like that's maybe the most important thing. Which, as someone who cares about the health of formats, makes me a little bit nervous. But I do think that's the most important thing. You can't do these crossover sets and have the flavor not be there. So I guess that bodes well for Universes Beyond, maybe nailing it flavor-wise. I guess we'll see. Well, Temple Garden tapped. Untap. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Flooded Strand. Crack it. Steam Vents. Untapped. Oh, I couldn't get... Nah, that was my mistake. You know what? Let's try a different deck. Shame's giveaway. I give up. I give up. Elementals just... They don't have it. I really want the deck to be cool, but it has just been a constant source of frustration. Well, I will say I think this is the most disappointing performance we've had since Modern Horizons 2 came out. The idea of the deck is sweet, and it tantalized us. With the very first game we played, we had 2 Risen Reefs, and we were evoking all this stuff and drawing so many cards, and it was amazing. However, in the end... constant mana screw, constant death of Risen Reef, and just a pretty clunky overall feeling, which is a little bit disappointing, I will say, because the idea is really cool. The idea of Risen Reef and just the insane value engine has so much potential. So, well, yeah, that was certainly not another in our 5-0 streak, or even a 4-1 streak. The kids are super hungry. However, there's a backup deck that we can try, and this deck looks kind of wild. I really have been enjoying Glimpse of Tomorrow. This is a very, very, very different take on Glimpse of Tomorrow. Glimpse of Tomorrow, we played it on the YouTube. On the YouTube, it was like this, we talked about it during spoilers, actually. Like, back during spoiler season, I actually got to preview Glimpse of Tomorrow's. We got to talk... Oh, sorry, Avian. I'll try to feed you with the next league. We talked about it. There's 2 ways to build the deck. One way to build the deck, you play a bunch of big things and have few permanents and hope that when you spin 4 permanents, you hit an Emrakul. The other way to build the deck is try to make a lot of permanents and loop Glimpse of Tomorrow and build an overwhelming board that way. This deck is the opposite. This deck is the go wide version. So what is this deck trying to do? Well, of course, Ardent Plea, Violent Outburst, Shardless Agent, find Glimpse of Tomorrow every time. What makes this deck so much different than the Eldrazi version we played, though, is the support cards. We do have Wave Shifter to make two clues when it comes into play. We have Seasoned Pyromancer, makes 2 tokens when it comes into play. We have Tireless Provisioner to make a ridiculous amount of food as lands are coming into play, or treasures as lands are coming into play. We have Omnath, which is kind of our finisher. We can loop it. And the main, we also have Chancellor of the Forge, which makes a Goblin if we reveal it in our opening hand. So the idea of this deck is we're not going to win with 1 Glimpse. The idea isn't just to cast a Glimpse and win. The idea is we're going to make a bunch of stuff. We're going to Glimpse. We're going to hopefully, like, hit Omnath, hit some lands, burn you for 4, then hopefully hit a Goblin Dark Dwellers maybe. Goblin Dark Dwellers can flash back the Glimpse of Tomorrow and do it again. We get a new Omnath. We get a ton of treasures or food from our Tireless Provisioner. We get a ton of tokens. The next one's going to hit even more until we're just looping through a ton of Omnaths and burning our opponent out. So it's not really a big thing deck. It's more of a loop Glimpse of Tomorrow combo deck, and I think it looks really interesting. So I kind of want to give it a try. Sideboard, Furies, Mystical Disputes for control, Leylines for discard, Foundation Breakers for artifacts. Can't really play Crashing Footfalls because Crashing Footfalls means we wouldn't hit Glimpse of Tomorrow. We need all of our Cascades to hit Glimpse of Tomorrow. So yeah, the Rhinos, why the tokens are nice, they don't actually work too well if you want to hit Glimpse of Tomorrow every time. Yeah, I think this deck looks really unique. Why not play Agent of Treachery to steal all your opponent's stuff, aka lands? Ooh, I mean, So it would be cool. The only problem is we're planning on looping all of our stuff back in. So if we loop our stuff back in, we're going to put the stuff back in our opponent's deck. So I don't know. I don't know if that would actually work out as well as it sounds. It is a funny idea, though. But yeah, I feel like the second we play Agent, we steal our opponent's stuff, then we just glimpse again. I guess it is +1 permanent because we get our Agent and we get a land, but deck list updating. Favorite mod is Mel's album. Probably Lonesome Crowded West. Definitely the early years are my favorite Modest Mouse. What about using a One of Living End? I don't think you really... it's too risky. So basically, I feel like if we're going to build a deck like this and play a deck like this, that we need to be able to hit a certain free spell every time. The problem with playing One Glimpse is the problem would be we play our Season Pyromancers, we evoke our Wave Shifters, we get all this stuff set up, so we're like ready to win with Glimpse of Tomorrow, and then we're like, oh no, we hit our 25%er, it's a Living End, we wrath away our board, and we get nothing for everything that we did. So I think there's ways to just play free spells for value, which could take advantage of that. We've seen some As First Told style decks. They have like Restore Balance. You could play Living End as a Wrath in those decks. They have Ancestral Visions. They have Crashing Footfalls. That style of deck, I think, can take advantage of multiple free spells. But I think in the Cascade decks, really, really, really tough. I saw on the Wizard site that Mountain Goats are getting a preview on 4th of July. Yeah, that's awesome. Hopefully it's a goat or a mountain. Basic mountain. Oh, no lands, no keep. All right, well, I mean, this hand does things. We don't have a way to Glimpse of Tomorrows, but we can make some treasures. If we do get to Glimpse of Tomorrows, it's going to be a good one. Oh, does Glimpse not shuffle in? All right, let me read Glimpse. Oh, okay, so I guess it actually would work with Agent of Treachery. That is kind of funny. So yeah, I guess if you shuffle all permanents you own into your library, yeah. So I guess technically you could steal your opponent's stuff with Agent of Treachery and keep it, which that is kind of a cute synergy. It is also very, very weird. But it is cute. Dabland, go. Oh boy. Street Wraith, sure. Blackleaf Cliffs, Asmore. Alright, opponent's off to the fast start, and Dark Dweller. I know we put that to the bottom of our deck, but apparently it was actually the top. Wooded Foils. Crack Wooded Foils. Get a Forest, hopefully. And Evoke a Wave Shifter. Get some clues. Pass the turn. Opponent. We're 0-0 now. We played a elemental deck to start with, and that was the one that was 0-3 before we switched. All right, opponent's got the combo. Discards food, blah blah blah. Goes to combat, hits us. Sure. Down to 16. Passes. Well, play an island. Pass the turn. We can start cracking clues. Trying to find Cascade. Opponent. Yeah, Glimpse not exiling itself is helpful. Huh? Alright, I mean, I guess the talk is actually kind of sweet with our opponent being able to make a food every turn. Well, let's crack a clue. Draw a nothing. Take our beats down to 13. Discards, gets it back. Are we dead this turn? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we don't have many permanents. 1, 2, 3. So this is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, they'd make another one. So this is 9, 10, 11, 12. Ugh. Ugh. Provisioner into plea isn't super. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the best that we got, but we're not gonna have that many. Not gonna have that many tokens. So make a treasure. Crack wooded foothills. Mountain. Make a treasure. I mean, we gotta go. We gotta go for it. We don't really have a choice, unfortunately. If we had an extra turn, I would feel much better about this. But Ardent Plea, spin it to win it. We're gonna need to get lucky. We're gonna need to get lucky. Glimpse of Tomorrow. 6 shots. Okay, okay. We will accept. Omnath. Gain 4. Omnath. Mana. Make a treasure. Oh, wow, we're going to win. Is it going to be enough for us to win? Oh, my goodness, we're going to win. We're almost certainly going to win. Treasure, treasure. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I didn't think we were going to have near enough resources, but Tireless Provisioner, we get to draw a card. We get a bunch of goblins, and then we can just Dark Dweller do it again, this time with a ton more permanents. Opponent going to kill the Omnath, sure. Well, crack Scalding Tarn. Get a island. Get some damage. We're doing it again. We're doing it again. Alright, so hit you with Omnath. Less stuff resolve. Make a treasure. Omnath down. Draw a card. Make some goblins. Get a Ardent Plea. Tireless Provisioner. Crack the Fetch. Get a Stomping Ground untapped. Treasure. Treasure. And this is gonna be a big one. Goblin Dark Dweller. We got a lot of permanents this time. Spin it to win it. Number 2. Yes, we will cast it. Oh, this is like 20. We will not pay 2 life. We will not pay 2 life. And opponent. Done. Done, done, done. Oh, all right. That was pretty sweet. Look at that stack of triggers. I think that's actually more fun than that's way more fun than just putting Eldrazi into play. Spicier at least. Oh, are we bringing in Are we bringing in discard protection? Probably. I mean, they are a black deck. So Leyline of Sanctity in. Go down an Ardent Play. Go down a Wave Sifter and a Chancellor. Let's try it like that. Cool. Yeah, Terror of the Peaks. I mean, Terror of the Peaks would be another potential solid finisher for the deck. Well, we're gonna keep. We got the Cascade spell. We have Tireless Provisioners. We got Colony Garden. Please don't Thoughtseize us too much. Yeah, the deck would be interesting to play in paper. I wonder. Do you think we're gonna have paper tournaments return? How soon? How soon? I know some local ones have opened back up, but how far away do you think we are from, like, a SCG Modern Open or a Magic Fest? I really miss that aspect of Magic. All right, opponent cookbook and passes. Chancellor of the Forge, right on time on turn 2. Colony Garden, go. Opponent, Cauldron Familiar, gets back the cat, blah blah blah. By your logic, artifacts should never have been printed again because things like Skull Clamp exist. I fundamentally disagree that food leads to unfun gameplay. They're absurd cards that interact with food mechanic, but you could replace food with a host of other things, and those cards would be every bit as problematic as before. The artifact that taps and sacks in game 3, not a problem. Only a few cards that create them and interact with them. Wait, did I say that they should never print food again? I will say, I don't think that comparing a mechanic to a card type is quite apples to apples. Like, I don't think that's quite an apples to apples comparison. Like, artifact to food. Because there is a storm scale. That's something Wizards keeps track of. And, like, what mechanics are safe to be reprinted and which ones are not safe to be reprinted. But I don't think that food is. Food wouldn't be on my personal list of things that we could never experience again. Opponent gonna go attacking, hit us. Down to 16, passes. I mean, we shouldn't die next turn, right? Wooded Foothills, crack Wooded Foothills. Get a Forest. Tireless Provisioner, go. I think we got one more turn of living, hopefully, to set up for as good of a spin as possible. Opponent, Urza Saga, doing its thing to get up. Urza Saga is insane. I think Urza Saga it's one of the cards that is most likely to end up getting banned. Ragavan. Ragavan's the other one. Ragavan is just everywhere. So many Ragavan decks at the moment. Yeah, it's a weird card. It is a really weird card. I could see, like, if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Wizards tends to miss when they do new things, which makes sense. If you've done a thing a bunch of times, you kind of know what you're doing. You're probably not going to mess it up. If you're doing something for the first time, then there's a lot greater risk of something going wrong. So I can sack this, sack this. All right, well, we're not. I don't think we're dead. Opponent. Full attack. Block the cat. It's kind of a neat synergy. A Tagatog artifact token Shadow Sphere off of Urza Saga. I mean, it is cool to see a Tagatog scene play. So it makes sense to me that they would miss on Urza Saga, because they've never really built a card like this before. Opponent discards an oven. Yeah. And what? At least if they sack artifacts, they do power down the construct. Alright, we go to 9. Opponent. Thinking. Passing. If they had removal, they would have used it, right? Almost certainly. Play Tireless Provisioner. Misty Rainforest. Treasure. And treasure. Alright. Let's see how good of a spin it is. Crack Misty Rainforest. Island. Treasure, treasure. Should be a pretty good one. And spin it to win it. Sag a couple treasures. Shardless Agent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shardless. Spids. Glimpse. Be good? Be good, be good? We will not pay the life. Huh. Well, I think this is still good enough, hilariously. Because we have... that was not great, but we have a Goblin Dark Dweller in hand, so it's fine. Treasure, treasure, treasure! Oh, I thought I did. If not, I will. I will do it as soon as this game ends. Treasure, treasure, treasure. This deck seems sweet so far. Treasure. Draw a card. Colony Garden Plant. Get the dork. Crack Scalding Tarn. Get a island. Make a treasure. Oh, and we get to do it again. We just get to keep doing this. Wooded Foothills. Mountain. Make a treasure. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we don't even have to do this. Why are we sagging these treasures? Yeah, let's just Dark Dweller. Leave a bit of mana floating. Do it again. This time with a ridiculous amount of permanence. And that should do it. That should do it. Glimpse. 20-ish permanence. Spin. We will not pay the life. And wow, that we didn't actually just win. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can do it again. We can do it again. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. It's still happening. All right, stack them up. Gates of Life. Make some treasures. We will discard a couple cards, make a couple tokens. All right, this time, this is the one. I think this is the one. Draw a card. Tireless Provisioner. We can play Provisioner. Misty Rainforest, crack it. Wow, this deck's insane! The deck's insane. Forest. Hitcha. Treasure. Craig Scalding Tarn. Is this boring to watch or interesting? I mean, our opponent, I think, is just going to die this turn. Treasure. And we will float our mana. We will Shardless Agent. And Cascade. Glimpse of Tomorrow. Shuffle them in. Do it again. Keep the fun going. All right. We will not pay the life. We will not pay the life. We will not pay the life. We get a few triggers. Oh, choose an Omnath to keep. All right, keep an Omnath. Stack up our triggers. Oh, it's so good. Stack them up, stack them up. Stack them up, stack them up. Oh, I don't even think I'm... Well, we don't even need to flash it back. That's fine. Stack them up. I mean, we just... This is going to burn our opponent out, right? Like, that's the end result of this, is our opponent just gets burnt out. We might break Moto. A Moto win does seem possible. Alright, so stack up all of our stuff. No. We're not going to flash back. I'm surprised our opponent's still sitting through it. No. No. And no. So how this works, I guess I should have explained the idea of this combo more, because it is kind of confusing. Wow, opponent cracks. So what ends up happening, how we actually win the game, is getting the 4 damage with Omnath a bunch of times. Because we're hitting these Omnaths, we're hitting a bunch of lands. So we're getting to the 4 damage on Omnath mode repeatedly. Wow. Wowie zowie. Each creature deals 1 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, we'll go to 1. If our opponent waited, we're dead, right? Oh, I guess if they waited, we would Omnath and gain the life back. Treasure. Yeah, so I guess that was their best window. Rakdos Charm, what it... Okay. Well, that's awkward. Violent Outburst. We're definitely breaking Moto. We're definitely breaking Moto. Oh, what a stack! What a stack! Alright. Oh, there's no way Moto survived. Like 2 stacks! An opponent scoops it up! Oh! Oh, look at this board! Wow! I will say, it did not even cross my mind for a second that our opponent could have Rakdos Charm. Zero thought that could be a thing. Oh, oh, wow. Wow. That was a ridiculous game. It is fortunate we had the instant speed cascade in hand, or we would have been dead. We would have been super dead. Pony had a sneaky line with some sneaky cards. But we got there. Hey, thank you for the cheer in the stacks, MK. I appreciate it. All right, let me update. Apparently this didn't update for some reason. Update the deck list. Glimpse of Tomorrow is something. It is something. Yeah, Rakdos Charm. Our opponent almost had it. If we had hit 1 more creature, we would have been dead. Don't forget you can win with Chancellor tokens. We didn't have a food. We made all treasures. So we had all treasures. If I had thought Rakdos Charm might be a card our opponent was playing, then we probably would have made a food. Did I talk about house hunting? No new house hunting news since last time. Still working on it. I'm hopeful that soon. It's been a lot more difficult than I thought, honestly. I thought it was gonna be super easy, but it has been a lot more complicated than I thought it was gonna be. I don't play Modern much. Is there a reason counterspells don't just keep a deck like this out of the format? How does it protect against that? So, yeah, I guess this is fine. Yeah, we'll try it. So there's a couple of reasons. So counters are very good against our deck. But we do have our own counters. We can try to play around stuff at instant speed. But if our opponent does just sit up on a counter forever, they're probably going to be in decent shape. They can at least stop the broken thing. But there's a lot of other decks that are good against the counter decks, for one thing. So you can't really just be a counter deck. If you did just go full on, Ragavane. If you did just go full on counter tribal, you would beat our deck very consistently. But you're gonna get run over by burn decks. You're gonna get run over by other like aggressive creature decks. Plus, this deck, it does have some shot at winning even without resolving a glimpse. So yeah, so there's kind of a balancing act. Control would beat our combo-ish deck, but Control's gonna lose to the aggro decks. Hopefully we beat the aggro decks, and the world is at peace. Ooh, do they announce Ween shows for next year? I'm gonna have to look it up. I've been checking periodically, but I haven't seen the newest announcement. Yeah, I will be thinking of Rakdos Charm for the next 2 leagues. Opponent. Sure, you get a treasure. Ragavan it's a card. It is a magic card. Please don't take a land. Chancellor. Alright. You may cast that if you choose, opponent. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Land, please. Mishra's Bauble. Surveils. Dragon Rage Channeler. I don't know. The one thing that is awkward, I would say, about Modern Horizons 2 is just how much it has impacted the format. It is really weird to me to go look at like the most recent set of Magic Online leagues. Land? Yes, yes, yes. Crack your bauble. Well, that counts. That is a land. Oh. Are we just firing it off at our first possible chance? Maybe? It would be a little risky. Gemstone Cavern. Wooded Foils, crack it. Spin it to win it? I think we spin it to win it. We spin it to... 4 is not a big number. It's not a big number, but I think we can do it. I think the monkey is on the short list of cards that could get banned. Alright. Come on, Magic Gods. Oh no, 3? Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Alright, we're gonna need to get real lucky. Real lucky, or we're probably in trouble. Alright, Glimpse. Huh. It's like it never happened. Except we had to spend a ton of life. Really? Alright, sure. we spun right back into a bunch of lands. Opponent, tabs. Oh, I mean, going again with 3 is bad. We need more permanence than 3 to have a realistic chance, I think, of doing good things. Opponent, bobble. We're hoping we draw land. Like, if we can draw land and make a couple of tokens, maybe we can win next turn. Also depends on if our opponent has more Thought Seizes. But yeah, one thing that's weird is looking through like just the list of decks that have been performing well, and the number of them that are Modern Horizons decks, it is high. Like, so many of the most played creatures right now are stuff from Modern Horizons, essentially. Opponent steals Violent Outburst, which I don't know if I like that or not. Like, I love the set, and I've been massively enjoying Modern recently. Oh, come on, land. But it is a little weird to see how influential the set ended up being. Like, do we want 50% of the creatures that see play in Modern to be from Modern Horizon sets? I think that's actually an interesting question. Alright, well, here we go. We do have slightly more permanence than last time. Flow some mana. Not that many more, but, well, Ardent Plea. Spin it. Glimpse of Tomorrow. Yeah, we'll shock ourselves. Get some triggers. Make a token. Wow, are we actually going to be able to win from this point? That would actually be pretty insane. So we gain some life. We make some mana. We get a token. Dark Dwellers. Recast Glimpse of Tomorrow. 6 permanents this time. Oh! Oh, we don't have a... Oh, we do. We do. That works. We stacked it properly. Oh my goodness. The other Dark Dweller's still on the stack. It's still on the stack. We get a ton of clues. It's still on the stack even though it disappeared. Oh no, it fizzled. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I misunderstood. Something went wrong. All right. Oh. Oh, I should have targeted the outburst. I was thinking, yeah. Oh. Oh, we should have targeted the outburst. Yeah, that probably would have been better. Well, crack. A clue. Draw a card. Crack a clue. Draw a card. White, green, blue, red. Omnath. Draw a card. Okay. Well, pass the turn. I mean, I guess we can still play fairly. These wave shifters can block the Dragon's Rage channeler. We're not dead. Was that a pun? Maybe that's a pun. I don't know if that counts as a pun or not, honestly. Maybe. Maybe it was. I was thinking we need to save the violent outburst. But the way it worked out, it would have actually been good to have it be... Have that trigger be on the stack would have actually been super helpful. Well, block and block. Kill the Dragon's Rages. Down to 6. Bobble. I mean, we can make food if we have to. Opponent cracks. We need another cascade spell. Opponent can glimpse it tomorrow or wave sifter at some point. Opponent passes. Draws a card. Provisioner. Well, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Provisioner. Misty Rainforest. Tireless Provisioner is sweet. Make a treasure. Make a treasure. Crack Misty Rainforest. Get a forest. Make some mana. Treasure. Food. Crack the clue. Come on. Cascade. Cascade. Nothing. Crack the clue. Nothing. Well. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Pass the turn. Yeah, pass the turn. About it. Hey Seth, how's it going? I don't think Urzasagi is ban-worthy. There are plenty of cards that are played that just destroy the card. A few of those include Pithing Needle, Blood Moon, Alpine Moon. I do believe it is very good when it does its thing. Huh. I mean, what about Field of the Dead? How do you feel about Field of the Dead as a counter argument? Because that is also a card that is shut down by those things. Opponent gonna get a Luris. Yeah, this is awkward. Awkward. Take down the Glimpse. Yeah, Glimpse being exiled is... Well, there's a Dark Dweller for the future. Well, okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's think about this. 1, 2, 3. Tireless Provisioner. Play it. Wooded Foothills. Gain some life. Food. Food, treasure. Crackwooded Foothills. Mountain. Make some mana. Food. Treasure. Sack of food, gain some life. These tireless provisioners are providing us the life we need to not be dead, which is kind of nice. Yeah, pass the turn. We're playing for the long game. Back up to 15. Hey, what's up, Dodos? How are you? Do you think that a card like Feed the Swarm will be played more in black decks in Modern if Urza Saga starts to see a ton of play? Oh, I feel like... yeah, we don't have anything to flash back right now. Because all of our glimpses are currently in exile. So our Cascade doesn't do anything. So we gotta wait for this glimpse to come off Cascade, basically. Once this glimpse comes off Cascade, then we get to glimpse into Dark Dweller glimpse, and hopefully that wins us the game. Opponent gets a Swamp. Luris. Yeah. And I mean, we should be glimpsing for like our entire deck here. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Opponent passes. One more turn and the good things happen. Glimpse takes down. Chancellor. Well, I guess we play it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chancellor of the Forge. Make a few goblins. Colony Garden. Get some triggers. What? This is a pretty impressive performance for our deck, not just winning, but having to do it the hard way. It's still kind of doing it. Food, treasure. Plant. Go. All right, opponent. Kill us if you can, because next turn is the big turn. Next turn is a big turn. That's where things are going to be insane. Opponent, what do you got? Please don't Rakdos Charm us. Anything but Rakdos Charm. Opponent, combat, attacks. I mean, I think this should be game winning, right? Yeah, the Omnath life gain has been ridiculous. Opponent hits us. Certainly. We take it. Down to 10. And combo time? Combo time? Wait, we had Exaxes? How do we have Exaxes? Dragon's Rage Channeler. Sure. Death Shadow, also sure. Baubles, Surveils. Oh, just casting Dark Dweller just to pump with Outburst? I did not even consider that possibility. I mean, it doesn't cascade in anything, but I guess it does give creatures +1/+0. I haven't actually counted it up. Maybe with all the goblins, maybe it actually would be enough. Opponent cracks, takes a peek. All right. Well, opponent sacks. Opponent's getting it all out, doing everything they can because they know things are about to go poorly. Yeah, opponent gets to draw a card. Glimpse of Tomorrow, the old-fashioned way, suspended forever, finally coming off suspend. Many permanents on the battlefield. We will cast it. And we will not pay 2 life. We will not pay 2 life. Oh my god. We'll keep an Omnath. Oh dear. So many triggers to stack. Yeah, we are super dead to Rakdos Charm. If our opponent has Rakdos Charm, we are dead in a half. I think this should. I mean, I guess this Voidwalker has been annoying. The Voidwalker is problematic because it keeps exiling our Glimpse of Tomorrow, so it is stopping us from looping. We are going to make a bunch of goblins. Is it enough goblins? That is the question. Will Moto survive all these triggers? Yeah, we're stacking all these for basically no reason. Because the Omnath is legend rolled anyway, and it only triggers on the first thing coming into play, so we're doing all this for very minimal actual gain. Omnath. Okay, so there are many triggers involved. We've learned that. Put the Dark Dweller on the stack before Chancellor, so Chancellor resolves first for the pump. I mean, we got a Dark Dweller in hand, so I think we can just cast it. Don't they still gain life? Yeah, so I believe we'll gain 12, if I'm understanding it right. Yeah, I've never been able to get auto stack triggers to work. Once we get all of the unique triggers, Moto freaking out. Oh, this might be a Moto win. Are we breaking it? Literally. Have we broke it? All right, let's get rid of some of these easy ones. Like, there's only 2 Seasoned Pyromancers. There's only 2 Colony Gardens. There's only 3 Goblin Dark. Little seizure there. Okay, Dark Dweller, Chancellor, Wave Sifter. After we get these stacked, I think the trackers should stack easily. Draw a ton of cards. Yeah, I guess you probably should think through the order that you stack things, because I think it does matter to some extent. All right. Always yield. Treasure. 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 Will this be enough to close out the game? That is the question. Treasure's all the way. Moto is twitching on Twitch indeed. Jim Davis was playing this yesterday, and the Legend Rules one for some reason gave 4 life per trigger, not just the first. Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a bug. Yeah, I mean, I think we just win no matter what, so I guess thinking about it's probably unnecessary. Alright, so a few treasures. Seasoned Pyromancer. Scalding Tarn. Clues. Chancellor. Make some goblins. No. Plant. Pyromancer. Discard and discard. Pyromancer. Discard. Discard. Make some treasures. Oh, we can just play another Chancellor. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I can't believe our opponent's sitting through this. We're winning in, like, every way possible. Well, we can't F6 because we need to do things still. Like, if we F6, we can, but it'll just go right to combat. And then we will not be able to win, I don't think. Alright, Yield Omnath. Well, this does take a lot of clicks. Can't even auto-yield for some reason. Uh-oh. Do we break it? Okay. Apparently not. So, now we just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chancellor number 2. It is a good one. Gonna make a few more goblins. And, wow, this deck's kind of bonkers. And then, finally, treasure. Treasure, just to make sure. Watch our, wow, boy, Rakdos Charm would have got us good here. Maybe Rakdos Charm is actually tech against this deck. Sack a few more treasures. Goblin Dark Dweller. Flashback the Outburst for pumping. Cascade into nothingness. Pump the team. Go to combat. Attack a smidge. Just a smidge. Woo! What a turn! What a turn! What a turn! Please don't Rakdos Charm. This deck is pretty awesome. About it. I mean, why kill when you can overkill? That's my theory. Is there really any such thing as overkill? It's all the same in the end. Is this deck considered jank or competitive tier? That's a good question. I would say I would consider it like tier 3, tier 2, something like that. Like, I don't think it's not an against the odds deck. There have been people who have like played it and even had like 5-0 finishes with it. So it's not like an against the odds totally off the wall deck, but it's also not like a top tier, you know, one of the best decks in the format or anything like that. But are you only, oh, we're still going. Good God. That's right. We have another whole, wait. We're still going? Yeah, alright. Well. Was that game 1? What is happening? Do we not bring in ley lines against this deck? I'm so confused. We're like de-sideboarded. Wait, that was all game 1? Oh, maybe our opponent was trying to time us out. I guess that makes more sense. Jeez. Okay, yeah, we're gonna time out. That is awkward. Cripple, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big skip to you for you. Thank you. Ardent Plea out. 1 Wave Sifter out. 1 Chancellor out. Well, maybe we keep the Chancellor. 1 Pyromancer out. We're gonna like that. Ley lines in. Protect us from the discard. Definitely getting timed out. Echoing Equation to copy Omnath would be sweet in this deck to gain a ton of life and burn the opponent out. That would be pretty funny. Turn everything into an Omnath. Ooh, alright. We will keep this. Sounds actually pretty excellent. So start with Leyline in play. Start with Gemstone Caverns in play. Exile a Temple Garden. Okay. No discard. We are protected We have the Violent Ultimatum. Ragavan. Good card. Tap land. Go. Does Legend Rule go on the stack, or is it a replacement effect? It's a good question. There is, like, a stack that you see, but I think it's just a replacement effect. Shardless Agent. I don't think it actually uses the stack, because you can't respond to it or anything. It's maybe it's a layered effect. State baked effect. Okay, that sounds like the most correct answer. Voidwalker. And Dragon's Rage Shanala. Well, play the land. The Voidwalker is obnoxious. Seasoned Pyromancer. Yeah, Voidwalker is very obnoxious. Pass the turn. So now our opponent can play a free Chancellor. But then it gets rid of the Voidwalker, which is good. About it. I assume they play the Chancellor. They got a free Chancellor. Voidwalker's so busted. All right, here comes the Chancellor. But that means the Voidwalker is gone at least. That is the good news. All right, Chancellor comes down. So it's out of the way for the combo. Have you seen or heard of Chatterstorm being Pauper? What do you think of that? I mean, it was... Oh, not another one. I thought it was obvious that it would break Pauper as soon as it was spoiled. I think, like, Pauper has a long history of Storm cards being absolutely busted. So, I think everyone assumed that is probably what would happen. So, I'm surprised it hasn't been banned yet. Well, we're going for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's enough. That's enough to try. Violent Outburst. Spin it to win it. Show us that glimpse. We got to do it without timing out. We hit. All right. Well, we hit the Dark Dweller, so we do get to spin again. We did not have a way to make a bunch of tokens, though, which is awkward. All right, stack up the Omnass. Make some mana. Gain some life. Crag Misty Rainforest. Get a forest. Crag Scalding Tarn up to 37. Get a mountain. Crag Scalding Tarn. Get a Hallowed Fountain. Untapped. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Draw. Float our mana. Do it again. That wasn't great. Okay, that was pretty fizzly. Pyromancer. Discard. Oh, okay, make a plant. Make some dorks. Violent Outburst. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, Chancellor. Maybe this is just enough. Do we just win with goblins? Is that how busted this deck is? We just win with goblins? Oh, we definitely win with goblins. Try to time us out, will ya? I guess we evoke this. Might as well. Oh, opponent tried to be sneaky and time us out, and I don't think it's going to be enough. We're just going to attack with everything, and I'm pretty sure that adds up to more than 11. Oh, Busterino! Wow! That was turn 3! That's turn 3! Look at the number of goblins on turn 3! Oh, he did show me. That's right, because Glimpse says you own, so we did get rid of our Chancellor that they stole in the end. That's probably the Chancellor that we drew into and killed them, honestly. Opponent tried to play the time game, and it wasn't enough. All right. Well, this deck is being more successful than the last one. That's for sure. That is for sure. I actually, as crazy as it sounds, I actually wonder if something about this could change. I don't know about just straight up banning. They fix Cascade with Tibalt. I wonder if there's any way they would change how Cascade works or something to keep you from cascading into it. I wonder if that could be a thing that they would even consider. Because it is a pretty popular and powerful strategy, and we just got a bunch more free spells to cascade into. Glimpse of Tomorrow has spawned entire new archetypes. I'm not saying it needs to be banned. I'm wondering, like, if it got to the point where it was something needed to change, which it's not anywhere near that. This is a tier 3, like, kind of brew deck that can get some really powerful draws. Alright. This hand does not have a Cascade spell to win with, but it does have a way to put a bunch of permanents on the battlefield, which is nice. Windswept Eve, opponent cracks it. Is this like budget? Not really. So the problem with the deck, from a budget perspective, that's a lot of lands. From a budget perspective, oh, this might just be us getting wrecked. If this is Heliod combo. Oh, it's Enchantress. All right. Well, I have no idea how this is going to go. I guess we just got to try to out-combo him. Probably poorly. I guess we'll see. Stomping Grounds. All the lands in the world. Evoke a Wave Sifter. In case we draw a Cascade spell. Pass the turn. The problem with the deck from a budget perspective is primarily the mana base. Also, Seasoned Pyromancer is fairly expensive. Seasoned Pyromancer is expensive, and then the deck has a bunch of fetch lands that are still expensive. I wish there was a way that we could get fetch lands, like, legitimately cheap. The reprint from Modern Horizons 2 has helped a ton on Magic Online, and it has helped a little bit in paper, but it's still not, they're still not cheap. Ooh, we got new spoilers. Are they good? Spoiler number 1, Dueling Repair. 1 mana, equipment, flash. When enters a battlefield attached to a creature you control, creature gets +2/+0. I mean, it seems like a limited combat trick, essentially. And then you find the Villain's Lair. 3 mana, choose 1, foil their scheme, counter a spell, or learn their secrets, draw 2, discard 2. That's actually not horrible. Like, oh, sweet mother. We did not play around that. Okay, so. Island. Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard. And discard. Well, now our plan is try to get it in the graveyard. We'll see if we even live long enough. Our opponents, they could be casting like Emeralds. Opponents going off. Yeah, I mean, cancel is not that unplayable. The counterspell actually seems pretty solid. Yeah, it's a very bad Embercleave. That's true. But fine for limited. I kind of like equipment were so unplayable for so long that I think the technique of having them equip, so they're essentially like spells, like instants or sorceries, that then turn into equipment, that has gone a long way towards making equipment playable again, without just like putting an insane number of abilities on them, which I think is a pretty reasonable technique. Opponent, Yeah, still going. Wish we weren't Blood Moon locked, but that's fine. Opponent, yep. Tons of mana. Chandra's presence. Is this just over? Can we concede yet? Opponent, well, like, we could try to do a thing in 2 more turns, but our opponent's going off way more than we are at the moment. Yeah, the budget Archmage Charm looks decent. No, it just triggers... Okay, Solitary Confinement, and we... Okay, sure. No matter what we do, we can't beat that. Like, Solitary Confinement just wins. Alright. Well, Force of Vigor, Foundation Breaker in. That was a bit of a blowout for our opponent. I'll bring in some Enchantment Destruction. Do a bit of trimming, run it back. Yeah, there's no way we can beat a Solitary Confinement. Not with our main deck. We just don't have an answer for it. We could spin through our deck and like time out a bunch, but there's no way we actually win. I don't think the ability to loot is better than the ability to foretell with saw it coming, though. I don't know. I think that's actually kind of interesting. I'm not sure which I think is better. Well, alright. 1/1 Goblin go. Get in there! 1/1 Phyrexian Goblin token. Yeah, tap land and go. I'm sure our opponent has hate cards too. This is probably a less than optimal matchup. Forest for our opponent. Abundant Growth draws a card, passes. Well, we will play a Scalding Tarn. Go to combat, hit you for 1. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. The discarding option on the new spoiled cards in some decks makes it better than Charm. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing something like Arclight Phoenix, it's pretty... I mean, we've seen the discard mode of Prismari Command be very strong. Like, that's an option that's chosen pretty frequently. So I do think that being able to loot away your cards is relevant. It's not nothing. Well, Tireless Provisioner, no attacks. All right, next turn maybe. We would like the Provisioner to live, but next turn is probably when we're gonna have to do things. Opponent, Abundant Growth, upsets for free, draws a card, Sanctum Weaver, and can we beat Enchantress? I like flexibility in cards, so I like the new counter. Yeah, I mean, kind of like Charms. Charms are very strong. Opponent, yeah, Scythus, and green mana, Destiny Spinner. Okay. So opponent's had a good turn. Opponent has had a good turn. Can we have a better turn? That is the question. Opponent passes. We will. So this is 1, 2, 3 permanents. 1, 2, 3 permanents. But this makes mana, so... Alright, Misty Rainforest. Crack Misty Rainforest. Island. Treasure. Float our mana. Spin it to win it. Violet Outburst. Be good. Cascade. Glimpse. What do we find? Okay. Huh. Those are good cards, but they don't actually let us respin. Omnath. Treasure. Well, we do get a card draw, and we get some looting. Pyromancer, discard. Okay, there's Violent Outburst. That's what we were looking for. Chancellor of the Forge, give us some gobos. Resolves. Misty Crack. That should be enough now. Island. Omnath. I mean, could we have won by casting Chancellor? Maybe, but what's the fun in that? When you can play your entire deck, what's the fun in just winning? That's way too easy. Treasure, treasure. Float our mana. Violet Outburst. Spin. Glimpse. Shuffle them up. That's a good one. Sure, we'll pay the life. Sure, we'll pay the life. We don't even care. We don't even care. Keep it Omnath. Double Chancellor. Opponent says they think we could have played Chancellor for man. Yeah, they are not incorrect, but we're not here to kill. We're here to overkill. All right, see if we can stack these up without Moto dying. Also here to break Moto, apparently. Uh-oh. Okay, Bonus scoops it up. Yes, our opponent, we could have won it an easier way. I get it, but what is the fun in that? Oh, the deck actually seems really good. The deck actually seems really good. No, can I imagine in Paper Magic? No, 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 no. I would not want to keep track of that. And we'll keep. We got a removal spell, Shardless Agent. That works. Oh. Explain like I'm 5. Isn't it better to cast the second Violent Outburst before the first one resolves? Yeah, I think you're probably right. It's one of those, yeah. I think it's one of those things that, yes, technically that is the most optimal. But at the same time, it's unlikely in that scenario where we're winning more to such a great extent that the order that we stack them really matters. But yeah, if the goal was to be as tight as possible and eke out every percent, I think that would be the correct order. Enchantress's Presence. Opponent passing. We draw a glimpse in tomorrow. Do we want to kill this? Or do we gotta hold on to Foundation Breaker in case there's something better? How fast is the Enchantress deck? It's not super fast, but it is super snowbally. Like, once it gets going, it is pretty much unstoppable. Alright, Scythus. Opponent's gonna draw some cards. They are a bit pitched on mana. Prismatic Vista cracks it. Ooh, kill the Utopia Sprawl. Destiny Spinner. Oh, we might have to just go for it this turn, which is a bummer. 4 permanents is not a lot. That's not a lot at all. Get a land. Four permanents. There's so much that could go wrong if we wait. Well, the reason for holding on to the Foundation Breaker is just our opponent playing a hate card. I guess we just gotta go. Not feeling confident, but who knows? Anything can happen. All right, spin it to win it. Shardless Agent, Glimpse, very top card. So we weren't gonna draw anything. All right, well, blow up. I guess Enchantress's Presence. loot away a glimpse and a Omnath. We were kind of hoping to hit more mana, though. Alright, well, we'll see. We will see past the turn. About it. It's not bad. Wow, opponent. Little legend ruling of themselves. It's not bad, although we're way light on mana right now. So opponent, Zythus, Legend of Zythus. Land. Solitary Confinement. Oh. Okay. Opponent passes. Well, crack. Get a Stomping Grounds tapped. Untap. Oh, we drew our glimpse. Yeah, this is tricky. The question is, what do we go after? Do we Foundation Break Scythus? But then if they have another Enchantress, we could be in trouble. Do we blow up the Solitary Confinement? But then if they have another one, we could be in trouble. They did just Legend Rule their own Scythus. I mean, if we blow up Solitary Confinement, we do gain a really big attack. Yeah, we can't win through Solitary. The question is if we can force them to sacrifice it by killing Scythus. If they play another Enchantress, though, it could be bad. I mean, I guess we'll draw into more Foundation Breakers eventually. I'm going to play the land. Alright. Foundation Breaker. Hit the Solitary Confinement. And opponent, wow. Opponent scooped it up. Whoo! 3-0. The kids are eating. The kids are eating. The kids are eating. I mean, Solitary Confinement appeared to be the best choice because our opponent immediately scooped once we cast it, so. Yeah? The kids are eating. We got a shot. Oh, we'll keep going. A little bit longer stream than normal, but we'll keep going until we lose. Once we lose a 5-0, then maybe we just get our chess. We're at McDonald's level right now. If we win this one, then we're up to, I don't know, Ponderosa, something like that. You ever go to Ponderosa? Is that a thing that existed where you're from? I remember being a kid. It's like a buffet place. I definitely remember being a kid, and that was the place my not enough lands. That was the place my family would go to for things. Okay, so like Golden Crail. All right. I think Golden Crail is basically very similar. I don't know if they exist anymore. I think they might all be shut down. But when I was a kid, then what is the top tier? If it's McDonald's and then Golden Crail / Ponderosa, what is the top tier? What is 5 wins? What's the best high-end restaurant? Well, I'm net to the bottom. I do love me some Chipotle. There's like one Ponderosa left in my state. Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, Colony Garden. Go. That's true. If you're a kid, McDonald's is top tier. All right, what's your S tier, chat? Just you personally. S tier rest. Oh no. Oh no, no. Ad nauseum to ruin our day. Opponent. Walmart Deli. They make some good mozzarella sticks. And I'm always shocked. I don't know. That's the secret tech. I learned this from one of my little brothers. like mozzarella sticks, obviously delicious. If you order mozzarella sticks from a restaurant, you get like 4 of them for like $6 or $7, something absurd for what you're getting. But at the Walmart deli, you can get a pound of them for like $4. I don't know who needs a pound of mozzarella sticks, but but you can, in case you're ever interested in pounds of mozzarella sticks. What about the other end? What's your lowest tier? What's your lowest tier fast food? I think as far as fast food, Wendy's might be my favorite. I guess it depends on what you count as fast food. They're made. Burger King, I think McDonald's is about my lowest tier. Oh, man of troubles for days. Oh, Taco Bell isn't that bad, is it? Out of fast food, Taco Bell's fine. I kind of like Taco Bell. I try not to eat fast food that much, but think I change your life? Yeah, it's a secret. It is a life hack. Krusty Burger? Never been. Taco Bell is horrible. I know. So Taco Bell, I know people that love it. I don't mind it. I do remember, and this kind of made me not go to Taco Bell for a very long time. But I definitely remember a news story this might have been when I was living in Colorado, because it was in an area that was close to where I lived, which is part of what made it so frightening. But there was definitely a news story about a Taco Bell worker who was like pooping in the meat. I'm not exactly sure how the Taco Bell system's set up, but I imagine there's some like big thing of like taco meat and yeah, and that turned me off to Taco Bell for a long time. Eventually, I realized it was probably one like bad apple who hated their job, and maybe rightly hated their job, but I realized that it was probably an isolated incident, and not something to hold against all Taco Bells for the rest of time. So I started occasionally going to Taco Bell again, but yeah, that made me not go to Taco Bell for a long time. That is kind of disturbing. 1, 2, 3. We could be dead. Well, Seasoned Pyromancer. Discard a Dark Dweller. Discard a Omnath? Alright, pass the turn. Awkward, awkward, awkward. Attack you. I worked at McDonald's for a little while when I was in high school, and and it did not convince me that fast food is the most sanitary place to eat. I didn't see anything crazy like people like pooping and anything or anything like that, but just like the general cleanliness, like it was like a known thing, and this was a long time ago. It was when I was in high school, but it was like a known thing that like among the employees that you probably shouldn't get the milkshakes because flies love McDonald's milkshakes apparently and would try to get into them and sometimes get into like the milkshake mix. So just things like that, or just seeing people like drop food on the floor and pick it up and put it back in the thing and stuff. So fast food, I don't know. I try to avoid fast food. I do eat it on occasion because it is amazingly delicious, even though it's unhealthy. But yeah, my experiences with fast food have sort of tainted my experience, tainted my perception of the whole industry. A buddy of mine who was a manager at Long John Silver's came in early to review security cams and saw a drunken coworker come out and pee in the cosplay. Oh no! Oh, I bet that person got fired. Oh. Does like Panda Express or like Five Guys, does that count as fast food? What's the cutoff for fast food? We need a Cascade spell desperately. Nope. What is the cutoff for what makes something fast food or not fast food? Well, more colony gardens. Thankfully, our opponent's kind of doing nothing. Make a treasure, pass the turn. Fast food as a dry... Ooh, okay. I actually like that definition. Fast food as a drive-through. That actually sounds reasonable. I might go with that. Promoted to regional coleslaw instructor. About it. Oh, is it profane tutor? Oh yeah, we're dead now. We're definitely dead. There's no way we survive a profane tutor. No chance. And about it. Ooh, waiter? Waiter would be another way to determine if it's fast food or not. Are there any fast food places that have waiters? Oh, also, this has been coming up more and more, and maybe we're late to adapt around here in upstate New York. And I've been wondering, I've been meaning to ask you all this, because you usually have well, I guess we'll make them show it. You usually have good advice on stuff. So, something I've noticed recently is when I just go to like a convenience store or whatever, they will have like their credit card reader machine thing, and it'll automatically ask you for a tip. So like if you put your card in, it'll just say, 15%, 20%, 25%. Are you actually supposed to tip those? I have never known that you are supposed to tip like the person behind the counter at a fast food, not a fast food, at like a convenience store. But it just like automatically pops it up, and I always have this like weird feeling of like, oh my god, is everyone tipping? Like, am I supposed to be tipping? I never knew you were supposed to tip that industry before. Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah, I mean a restaurant, obviously. Like it's kind of, I mean, we can have a whole conversation about how much restaurant employees are paid and whether tipping is a good thing or a bad thing. That's a whole nother thing. But obviously, it's expected to tip at a restaurant. But I never really had considered that you. Wow, how do we beat this deck? We have like nothing for this deck. Mystical Dispute, I guess. Maybe. That is a form of interaction. All right, Mystical Dispute's in. Run it back. Hope for the best. I'm doing well, Buckroll. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I mean, we're 3-0 with the deck so far, although we're probably getting ad nauseum here. Yeah, because there's not like anyone waiting. I wasn't even sure who the tip would go to. I was like, well, I guess this person was behind the counter when I was here, so I guess maybe it goes to them. But I guess I really don't know. I have no idea who this is going to. Oh, we got Cascade this time. We're keeping. We're keeping. No thought sees us. Yeah, Change Cup. I actually like the Change Cup doesn't bother me. And if I have cash and I have some amount of cents left over, I will normally just dump it in the tip cup. So that's fine. You get this weird pressure though with the credit card when it just pops up and you're not expecting it. It's just like, oh, and it doesn't give you like clear options like 15, 20, or like you're a horrible human being, but skip. Or that's how it makes you feel, at least. That's how it makes me feel. You have a lot of pressure from the credit card machine that if you don't do it, then you're obviously a jerk. Oh, opponent. They do have the Thoughtseize. That's disappointing. 20% for normal tipping. It's optional. I like them. I tip 10 or 15%. I only play Magic Arena. Is this like the older version with more sets? That's actually kind of a fairly good description. This is Magic Online. Magic Online is the older version that has been out for a long time, 2002, and it has more sets and it has more formats. Like right now we're playing Modern as we talk about tipping and pooping apparently. Oh my god, I'm turning into Vince. Oh no. but yes, That's basically what it is. About it. The fact that you have to tip people to make sure they have enough money to survive is a systematic problem. Fleeway! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have mixed feelings on the whole tip thing. I think because I've seen both sides of it. I think with people who I've known who have worked at jobs that involve tipping. So I know some people who absolutely love their jobs because of the tips that they get, and the amount of tips that they get are more than I think you would expect a restaurant to pay or whatever. So I've known some people who just make a ton of money and are super 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 happy with tips. And if you told them that like we're gonna change it so you don't get tips, they would probably be pretty disappointed. On the other hand, I definitely know people who are on the opposite end of the spectrum, and it's brutal. And I mean, I delivered pizza for a while too, and I remember like getting in my car and driving for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes to someone's house out in the middle of nowhere, bringing them their food that they ordered, having them give you no tip, having them give you 50 cents or something when you spent $5 in gas, and then driving back having spent like a half hour of your time and essentially having like lost money because you're doing your job, which that is an absolutely miserable feeling. So I definitely agree the baseline should be a living wage that people can live on. Like that should definitely be the baseline. Whether or not that means you can never have any tipping involved with restaurant stuff, I don't know if that's I don't know about that. I guess I would have to think through that aspect of it more, but I do definitely agree that the baseline should be a living wage. All right, I guess we can go for it. Treasure token, Misty. Well, spin it to win it, spin it to win it. Please don't counter our stuff. That would make me very sad. Get a island. We have a decent amount of permanence. Treasure token. All right, let's see what interaction they have. Blue, green, whatever. Charlotte's agent. Spin it. Oh, come on. Come on, no counters. They could have counters. Win it. Maybe? Opponent? Come on. Oh, blue mana being tapped. Jeez. Boo! Spell Pierce! Oh. Alright. Ad nauseum opponents hate fun. That is confirmed. Opponent taking down Lotus Bloom. Oh. Alright. Well, if we get another land, we can Dark Dweller back the Glimpse and try again. Land? Ugh, no. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, this is lethal on board, so let's just attack. Opponent. Angel's Grace? I'll hit you. Down to 1. Crack a clue. Wow, we're really good at drawing our glimpses this game. Pass the turn. Lotus Bloom. Not down yet, opponent. Please tell me you don't have the exact cards you need to win, opponent. Passing. Well, crack a clue. Seasoned Pyromancer. Land? Omnath. Not a land. Go to combat. Oh no. Well, they have all these Angel's Graces, so it's not that easy to actually Angel's Grace again. And we didn't find the land. Wow, we're gonna end up losing this, aren't we? Oh, that is sad. Sad, 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 sad. Season Pyromancer. Discard. Discard. Oh, still no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Still no lands. Oh, we're going to lose. We have tried so hard to hit lands. They appear to have all Angel's Graces in hand. Oh, wow. We've drawn a lot of cards without finding this fifth land. All right, let's see. Do they have it? Do they have it? I mean, we have the Dark Dweller, so we can cast a Glimpse from our graveyard if we ever draw one more land. Or we just win by attacking if our opponent does not win here. Opponent. Wow. Really? You really do have it? Okay. Yeah. Angel's Grace number 14. Spoils of the Vault. For ad nauseum. Can they actually win from here? So they can draw their deck, but can they win? They don't have Simian Spirit Guide. I mean, yeah, our win is... Winning by attacking is actually what our deck doesn't want to do. Looping Glimpse of Tomorrow is how we normally win. Can they actually win this turn? They can't. Okay. Oh, did not have the mana. Well, run it back, I guess? Run it back one more time. Oh, I'm sorry, DJ Benji. I totally missed it. Thank you so much for the cheer. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I think our opponent was hoping that we would scoop, but they need more mana. They need 2 mana to win. Now the Simian Spirit Guide is gone. When Simian Spirit Guide was here, our opponent would have won from that position. But without Spirit Guide, they need to have 2 mana to play Thassa's Oracle after they draw their deck. Artifact removal. Yeah, the problem is it's only Foundation Breaker. So it doesn't get Lotus Bloom the turn it comes into play. It can get some of the other stuff. I think our easiest way to win is just a combo. Like, just a combo quickly is probably our easiest pathway. Oh, I got Cascade for days, but not many permanents. Opponent's mulliganing. Ooh. Well, okay, this is better. This is very close to optimal. We will keep. Put 1 Outburst to the bottom. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what counters they got, but this is pretty reasonable. Lotus Bloom suspended, potent, passing. Another Wave Sifter. Misty Rainforest. Are we going to be fast enough? Misty Rainforest, go. Opponent taking down the Lotus Bloom. We started with Evoke Elementals, and then we ended up switching to this deck. Misty, crack it. Take a... We need blue, green. I'll take Hallowed Fountain tapped. Untap. Misty. Crack it. Get a Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Wave Sifter. Make some tokens. Pass the turn. Opponent. Taking down the Lotus Bloom. What do you got? Hey, thank you, Nidorat. Opponent. Passing. Well, here we go. We will play a island. Shardless Agent. Cascade. See if they got the Spell Pierce. They haven't been drawn lands, that's for sure. Glimpse of Tomorrow. Wow. Alright. Opponent has the Spell Pierce. Living the dream. We will pass the turn. Watch our opponent win this turn. Oh, opponent. Lotus Bloom. Many manas. Entering the battlefield. I mean, you could play Teferi. If you're worried about counters, it is good at shutting down counters. Why not Violent Outbursts on their end step if you want a Shardless on yours? Oh my goodness, what a draw for our opponent. Okay. Well. Okay, opponent. Opponent's got it all. Every bit of it. Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, and Ad Nauseam. Woo! You want to do it during your turn because you win right away. You don't really want to do it on the end of your opponent's turn, I don't think, because you want to be able to keep looping your spells until you win the game. They mostly win with Thassa's Oracle. Opponent. Yes! Did get a new camera. Hopefully it looks decent. Crack a Clue. More lands. Crack a Clue. Even more lands somehow. Untap. 3 in a row? No, thankfully. Misty Rainforest. Crack it. Holy lands. Our opponent could be a land away from winning the game. That would be my guess. Is that if they draw a land, they're going to win. Wave Sifter. Can't Spell Pierce that. Get some clues. Go attacking. We have a ridiculous amount of mana. Pass the turn. And, yeah, they can't do the same trick where they draw their entire deck with Ad Nauseam and then just Simian Spirit Guide for the mana. So they have to be a little more careful with their mana. Opponent. Pendead Prism. Alright, next turn is a scary one. Oh, it'd be sweet if we could Cascade and win. Cascade spell, please, and also our opponent not having a counter for once in their life. Darkslake Shores. Opponent. Profane Tutor. Okay. Well, we gotta win before that comes down, basically. Shardless Agent. No mana. Well, I think this is the time. Wooded Foothills. Crack. We're going for it. We're going for it for win number 4. Crack it. Land. Untapped. Evoke a Wave Sifter. Make some clues. Okay. Spin it to win it. Spin it to win it. Many permanents. Unless our opponent has, like, Force Negation, this should be good. Shardless. Cascade. Glimpse. Is there anything sneaky? No. Yes, untap. Oh, my God. Wow, did we whiff? Oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no. We perhaps might have whiffed. We might not be winning this turn. I mean, we do have... Okay. Make a treasure. So I guess we get some clues. And we do get Pyromancer draws. So maybe, but that is sort of a whiff. Treasure, treasure, treasure. Uh-oh. Not immediately game winning. Treasure. Treasure. Gotta get that mana. And they have this Phyrexian Unlife that we did not bring in an answer for. Discard, discard. Okay, there's a Dark Dweller. That's good. Draw a card. We got a shot. Iron Dreaded! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Ooh, another one. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Crack the land. Get a Stomping Grounds untapped. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Okay, I think this might get there. Opponent's down to 10. Treasure. Can we close it out with a win? Treasure. Treasure. Yeah, the VOD goes up tomorrow, although I will warn you, we didn't have that much success with it, but yeah, it'll be up on the replay YouTube. Yeah, it seems like we should be able to win from here. Shardless. Although this Phyrexian Unlife is complicating matters. Goblin Dark Dweller. Well, float our mana. Goblin Dark Dweller. Yeah, we should have brought in a... We probably should have brought in a way to blow up Unlife. Whoever suggested that was probably wise. Dark Dweller. Glimpse. I think we want to float a tiny bit of mana, just in case. Glimpse. Cast it. Spin. Sure. Untapped. Omnath for days. Triggers for days. Oh, no. Okay, we hit a Wave Sifter. This is a little awkward. Stack them up. I mean, I think this is good. So let's think about this. We want Chancellor to resolve last. Trackers, trackers, trackers. Oh no. We also want Seasoned Pyromancer to resolve last. Trackers, trackers. All right, this should be enough that we can get a win, I think. I think we can drain him enough with Omnath looping that then we can win with a... Win with a Chancellor? Can we do this? Will this work? Yeah, this deck is bizarre. There is no doubt about it. Alright, so stack up a bunch of stuff. Omnath, Omnath, Omnath. Gain a bunch of life. Opponent's down to 6. So we need to get them negative. Investigate. Draw a card. Draw a card. Draw a card. How many glimpses do we have? We have one more in our deck. I think we want to not cast it. Colony Garden. Treasure, treasure. Oh my god, so many clicks. Yeah, we couldn't yield to Omnath earlier. The yield has a mind of its own sometimes. Alright, make some treasures. Pyromancer. Discard the 2 lands. Treasure. 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 Make a bunch of tokens. So opponent's at 6. So now we... Violent Outburst. Float our mana. Wow, this deck takes so many clicks. Float our mana. Violent Outburst. Cascade. Glimpse. Do it again. Shuffle them up. Get them back. So we get them to negative with Omnath, and then we can win with a Chancellor. Is it possible to do a budget version? I think it is. The biggest challenge is the mana. If you can make the mana budget friendly, the rest of the cards, other than Seasoned Pyromancer, are pretty cheap. We have all the mana floating. I think we got to get to our opponent negative, because unless they get to negative, this Phyrexian Unlife is going to keep him alive. Sure, we're at 61. Doesn't really matter. Yup. Hit all the Chancellors. A few triggers. Wait, are we going to lose? Oh no. Oh no. Seasoned Pyromancer. Is this saying we only have 4 cards in our deck? The problem is we got to keep doing this. We don't have a way to shuffle everything. Like, this isn't going to get better. This is going to keep happening. Yeah, I think we're just dead, right? We don't have lethal because of Phyrexian Unlife. So our opponent does not lose the game for going to 0 or less life. They take infect once they go to 0 or less life. So we can't win by attacking unless we get our opponent to the infect part of the game. Yeah, maybe we're just dead. I kind of think we are. Because these are not optional, so we're going to have a... I mean, don't the Seasoned Pyromancers just immediately kill us? I don't see their triggers anywhere. Yeah, but Omnath doesn't deal enough damage. Omnath's only dealing 4, though. We need to do this again to win with Omnath, and I don't think that we can. Oh my goodness, this is getting tedious. Oh. Omnath can only deal a maximum of 4, right? Alright. And there's Omnath card draw, too. Is there a way to win? Oh my god. Is there a way to win with lethal card draw triggers on the stack? Well, you can only have one Omnath because they're legendary. I'm pretty... Well, I guess we'll see if we can actually stack all these abilities. The last glimpse... The glimpses are in our graveyard, which... We can cast them. There's no way we can win, though. I think we're doing all this for nothing, and we're actually just dead. I'm pretty sure. Well, we have a million seasoned pyromancer triggers that are not maze. So we have lethal card draw triggers on the stack. So I'm pretty sure there's no way out of this. I think we're doing all this for nothing. Interesting. Well, if you're gonna die by drawing your entire deck. Yeah, because once the stack resolves, we're gonna die. Yeah, there's no way we can do it. Well, if you have 6, we definitely don't do it. Because if we have 6, then we immediately draw our entire deck. And you still have to stack the triggers anyway. Yeah, but the spinning again can't get us anywhere. Because the card draw is still going to be... Well, we'll see. Maybe if we have the Dark Dweller resolve first? If there's any chance, it's going to be having the Dark Dweller resolve before we have a ton of permanents, but I'm still not convinced that does it. Because we're just going to put the same permanents back in our deck, draw the same amount of permanents. The card draw is still going to be on the stack. I don't think there's no way. There's no possible way. And we're going to time out anyway. We can't cast anything because there's stuff on the stack, so... We don't have any... I mean, other than instants, but we don't have any instants that do anything. So no, we can't, like, cast Dark Dweller from our hand or anything like that. So there's a lot of triggers to stack. Huh, so what do we do wrong? I guess maybe we should have sacked more clues to try to make sure we didn't draw our entire deck. Seems like it would be easy enough to play a one of to make sure this never happened if we wanted to. Like, when the last build we played of this, if you have an Emrakul in your deck, you're like never gonna mill out. So maybe attack when we had things to attack with. I don't think was there ever a time when we chose not to attack when we had attacks. Yeah, you could play, or I mean, Emrakul would also be fine. What is the punt though? You had 15 tokens at one point. Oh, well, no, we can't attack this turn. If we attack this turn, there's no way we win. Because we need... Okay, I think this situation is being slightly misunderstood. So there's a Phyrexian Unlife on the battlefield. Phyrexian Unlife says, you don't lose a game for going to 0 or less life. As long as you have 0 or less life, all damage dealt to you is dealt as though the source had infect. So we could attack with literally a billion goblins, and our opponent is not going to lose the game. So the way that what we need to do to win the game is first get our opponent into the infect territory, so below 0 life, with Omnass, which we were in a position to do, because we're going to 4 our opponent here, and then we're going to Glimpse again, and that's going to 4 our opponent down to 2. That Glimpse will also hit a Chancellor that'll make a ton of hasty goblins, and then, once our opponent's in infect territory, then we have the ability to win with a goblin attack. The problem is we ran out of cards, which maybe means we should have sacked more clues like a couple of loops ago, possibly. Or maybe the deck is misbuilt and we should have an endurance or something, and this outcome was inevitable with the Phyrexian Unlife out. Oh yeah, so Phyrexian Unlife is basically a fog. Like, all the combat damage happens at once. So we can attack our opponent for 1,000,000,000 and yeah, we're gonna time out here. We can attack our opponent for 1,000,000,000. We can attack with 1,000,000,000 1/1s, and our opponent's gonna go to negative 1,000,000,000 basically, but they're not gonna die. All right, the timeout has happened. Wow, ridiculous. I mean, I guess if there was a mistake, well, we might have to call it there with a snack for the kids. This is going so long, and it's spoiler day. I'm gonna drop so we can open our treasure chest. Wow. Yeah, that deck actually felt really sweet. So we got the kids a little snack. We finished with a 3-1 technically. Who knows what would happen if we had one more round, but all right, let's crack open. I'm starting to lose my voice too. 4 straight hours plus spoilers of talking. Let's crack open our one chest. Hey, thank you, D20. We get a Lavalanche. Lavalanche, never. I can't actually remember if this was good in standard. It has not been good in a long time if it has. So what do we learn about our decks today? We learned 5-color elementals. We had a really rough go of it. I like the idea of the deck. It feels very dependent on Risen Reef. I don't know if there's a way around that. Clone the Risen Reef, maybe. I don't know, but we didn't have much luck with it. It did really explosive things, but we didn't have a very good record. We actually didn't win with it at all, so we started playing Glimpse Elementals, and this deck's pretty insane. Maybe we need a way to shuffle in our graveyard. Maybe we need to, you could play Labman. That would be an option. We definitely should have brought in Foundation Breaker in that last match to deal with the enchantment that kept our opponent in the game. Like that, Unlife was what kept our opponent in it, but the deck is really explosive. It's really cool. It's really fun. The loops are spectacular. Would definitely recommend. Elementals would not recommend at this point until we get more testing in, because our experience was cool things, but most of our games we were just left frustrated. We were just spinning our wheels, getting stuck on lands, not be like seeing the cool things but not being able to execute them. But oh my god, on that note, what about 4-mana Omnath? Could play 4-mana Omnath. That could be interesting. I mean, Omnath Focus of the Creation kind of does the same thing with the 4 damage per loop, but maybe another 4-mana, the other 4-mana Omnath could be good. On that note, everyone, we learned that Seth does not sack and read half the cards, any cards in all damage after 0. I'm so confused what you're talking about. But on that note, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today. So next one, I believe Thursday evening, 6 o'clock. So I will see you then on the way out the door. Replay YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams. Normal YouTube. Spoiler content against odds tomorrow. So much coming up, so check that out. Can I get in the last reminders before my voice completely breaks? Our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them by heading over to cardkingdom.com. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out. Have an amazing night. Enjoy your Wednesday. I'll see you on Thursday. Enjoy the spoilers, and I will talk to you soon.